Berkeley.
Well, good evening, one. We are live here at Eagle Field at Freeway Stadium at the campus of Southwest High School in El Centro for tonight's Eagle matchup between the Southwest Eagles and the Granite Hills Eagles. A voice you're probably not familiar with. I'm Dylan Nichols, as Carol Buckley will be here, of course, in the second and fourth quarters of this game. But a voice you should all be familiar with is John Triple joining me here at the booth. John, how are we doing this evening?
Great night for football, Dylan. Good to have you here. And we look forward to working next week. You'll be doing the KXO game as Carol will be out of town.
Carol will be out of town, so next week KXO and Centro, I'll be handling that one. But for right now, we've got the Eagles and the Eagles, Southwest of El Centro, taking on Granite Hills. Southwest 2-2 coming into this game, but on a 2-game winning streak, a 27-7 win last week against Cuba, and a 49-24 win against Kofa as well. Granite Hills is 3-1, having won their last matchup 20-0 versus Westview. And John, you have some stats for us about these teams right here.
Well, actually, there's really the most important stat for the Granite Hills Eagles, the visitors tonight, is their quarterback Justice McComb, a junior. He's already amassed more than 1,000 yards, 838, 63 for 116, better than 50% passing. And he's rushed the ball 43 times, so we're going to see a lot of RPO, read, run, pass options. And he's rushed the ball 43 times for 196 yards, 3 TDs rushing, 9 passing. The black mark against Justice is he's also thrown 7 interceptions in the 4 games that they have played.
Well, the Eagles will look to take advantage of that. They do have a pretty talented defense. The Southwest Eagles are fielding this year, and they got off to a slow start, obviously, with an 0-2, but they've won their last 2 and hopefully taking some momentum into league play. We'll get some more going with our pregame show. We'll get to some starters when we return.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again voted best breakfast in the Imperial Valley by our customers. Thank you. Remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
Well, let's get to some starters for the Southwest Eagles. At quarterback will be number 7, Nathan Holguin, and he'll be given it to 3 different running backs. You've got Joshua Enders at number 6, Sammy Arredondo, number 20, and James Butcher, number 3. Also got Benji Alvarez in the backfield. His 2 receivers he'll look to, number 2, Eddie Valise, number 5, Joseph Enders, and the big man up front, his left tackle, Alex Villarreal, his left guard, Joseph Nava. His center is Seneca Haim, right guard Guillermo Lopez, and his right tackle Josue Acosta. The Southwest Eagles defensive line, Alan Zermano, Josue Acosta, and Sammy Lopez will be the 3 men up front. Linebacking core, they go 4-3 in terms of their linebackers and defensive line. Sammy Arredondo will go in both ways, playing outside linebacker, as will Benji Alvarez and Fernie Jimenez. Carlos Salcedo is the right outside linebacker for him, and running cornerbacks are Armando Zavala and Joseph Enders, and their 2 safeties in that defensive backfield are James Butcher and Jonathan Lopez. We'll go over the Granite Hills starting lineup when we return.
Hacienda Snack Bar, bringing you catering at its best for your next party or event. They'll do it right. Let them do the work for you. From appetizers to full-course meals, like their tri-tip dinner with their famous cheesy potatoes. Call Hacienda Snack Bar today for your next event at 344-5542. That's 344-5542. Or stop by Hacienda Snack Bar, 941 K Street in Brawley.
I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down.
Why is that?
That automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair.
I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder.
Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valleys. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
Back here at Eagles Field, about 10 minutes before kickoff, Southwest Band on the field entertaining the fans here. Let's go over this Granite Hills Eagles offense. Their quarterback is Justice McComb, as we have mentioned. Jaquale Hodges and Richard Harris will be the two backs that Granite Hills leans on the most here. Zach Burt looks to be the tight end for the Eagle offense. James Johnson is another receiver. He's got 32 catches, 414 yards, and 4 touchdowns on the year, leading this team. Jalen Hall, another receiver for the Eagle offense. And off their defensive line, Jacob Hennessy, Anthony Dealey, Joseph Cuero, and Jeremiah Satberry. They'll be the big men working against this Southwest offensive line. 2 linebackers listed here for Granite Hills, Justin Harvard and Michael Wallace, 52 and 58. Matthew Keeley and Richard Harris are the 2 starting quarterbacks for Granite Hills, and Austin Smith, Dalton Sexton, and Titus Darling. They have 3 safeties that look like they're running. And so those will be the matchups that we see going into this Eagle versus Eagle matchup. Eagles ready to take the field. They're wearing their purple uniforms with the gold numbers and white pants. Granite Hills rocking a white uniform set, white pants, white jerseys to go well with their light blue trim. We've got the coin toss and kickoff coming up soon here on AM 1230.
When you crave Mexican food, are you not sure where to go? I'll give you a suggestion. La Fonda Bar and Grill. Yes, the Camacho family is still doing it right with freshly made Mexican food. From enchiladas to special quesadillas, and everything is handmade. And of course, Miss Camacho, she still comes in to make sure everybody's favorite chili rellenos are there. La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro. Open Wednesday through Monday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
They're excited at Dermot's floor covering, and now they're offering discounts up to 30% off select styles of products. Kids, life, or pets, Dermot's floor covering has you covered with a water and stain-proof product, ready for anything life throws at you. From now until September 30th, Shop Floor will make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for every lifeguard carpet sold. Visit Dermot's floor covering today in Imperial to see their Shop Floor gallery. And now, no interest, 30 months financing on approved credit. McNeese is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza. Or to the office for your next party with our giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs for only $6. Yes, McNeese is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired, and it's right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful from the support that they hear and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
About 6 minutes away from kickoff here at Southwest High School. Other games going on around the valley tonight. You've got Hopeville at the Calexico Bulldogs tonight. Calipatria taking on O'Farrell Charter at home. Vince Memorial traveling to Santana tonight. And Raleigh will be playing Kofa this week. So, John, what are you looking for here in this Southwest matchup, in this matchup of the Eagles here at Southwest?
Well, Southwest's defense is going to have to step up because this Granite Hills team, they're in Division II. They're a powerhouse. They made the playoffs last year and went deep. They're an experienced team. They have an excellent coach, and that's Kalen Cobbs. And I want to highlight again that receiver, James Johnson. 32 catches seems like a lot, and it would be a good number for an entire campaign, but he's picked that up in 4 games. That means he's averaging 8 catches a game. That's an incredible stat, especially at high school level. If you have a receiver that gets 8 receptions in one game, that's amazing. This kid's averaging that for 4 games. So obviously, he's going to be a big part of their offense tonight.
So Granite Hills has taken the sideline, waiting for Southwest to enter the field. The stadium field runs east to west, and that's always been my biggest complaint, because most stadiums, or most fields here in the Valley, run east to west. Imperial runs their stadium north and south, and that press box faces right into the sun most days, and it just makes it difficult to see the game. But the Eagles now take the field as we await the coin toss. Southwest mentioned coming into this game with a 2-2 record, about 5 minutes away from kickoff as the band is starting to exit the field.
A bit of a sparse crowd tonight, Dylan. Southwest 2-2, 2 straight victories. I was hoping they'd be a little bit better crowd, but perhaps it'll be late arriving.
Granite Hills traveling not as well as you could expect a team from El Cajon to travel here to El Centro, as we'll rise for the playing of our national anthem. Great performance by the Southwest Marching Band as we are less than 3 minutes away, as it seems like both teams are about ready to send their captains to midfield for the coin toss. I mentioned that Granite Hills has traveled about an average of what a San Diego team coming to visit an El Centro team would say. Had a coach say to me as he came up the stands today that doesn't understand how we deal with this heat. I told him, well, you actually came at a pretty good time for us. We're not exactly dealing with 110-degree weather that we dealt with to start this year. The officials for tonight's game: referee Juan Leal, umpire Benny Carter, Ross Rubio, James Bentley, and Joe Queller are the rest of the officials for this team. And we see now the captains have assembled. Captains for Southwest are number 5, Joseph Enders, number 54. We'll try to get this roster all set up here. Number 54 is Adam Rubio for the Eagles. Also got number 56, Josue Acosta. And rounding out the captains for the Southwest Eagles is number 20, Samuel Arredondo. Captains for Granite Hills tonight got big 73, the offensive lineman Brian Cahill, the senior, as well as number 17, Josh Rudge, the defensive back. Number 31 is Jacob Kruger. And number 28, the final captain for Granite Hills, Nate Ludak.
On the Southwest sideline, we can see that Joshua Enders is suited up and ready to play. He was out last week. He's very important to this team. He goes both ways, offense and defense. He being the junior, his older brother, the senior, had a couple touchdowns last week. So Joshua Enders, good to see him back on the sidelines and suited up and ready to play.
the toss. They will defer to the second half. Southwest will start off with the football, defending the eastern end zone.
The 2019 edition of high school football is on the air. Tonight's game on AM 1230 KXO El Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com is brought to you by La Fonda Bar and Grill in El Centro, the CB Stop in Calexico, Hacienda Snack Bar and Catering in Brawley, Julie Oliver of Dickey Insurance Services, the Hopeville Athletic Club, Stan's Auto Body in El Centro, McNeese Mart at Dogwood and Maine El Centro. We're just about ready for the kickoff, so let's go out to the field live with Carol Buckley and John Dripple.
Back now at Eagle Field at Freeway Stadium, just about ready for kickoff. Kicking off for Granite Hills is number 83. That is Gavin Armstrong. And back to receive for the Eagles, we've got number 5, Joseph Enters, is the deep man. As we're getting ready to start. Kick is away, fielded by Enters. No, he's going to let it go, and it'll roll into the end zone for a touchback. And so the Southwest offense will start out at their own 20-yard line.
There is no wind tonight to speak of, so it's certainly not kicking with the wind on the kickoff. The ball actually bounced on about the 12-yard line. Took a very fortunate bounce for both Eagles team, which both teams are the Eagles tonight. But Southwest let it bounce into the end zone, so they get it on the 20. They're ready to start the first possession here.
Southwest will be moving east to west or right to left on your radio dial. Starting quarterback, as we mentioned, Nathan Holguin, number 7. They'll start off in the shotgun.
It appears they've already called the play, so they're ready to run it.
And already a penalty flag. And it'll be false start assist against Eagles, not exactly the way you want to start the game.
Because what happened is the entire defensive front four of the Granite Hills Eagles all moved. They all repositioned themselves a full player over, and that seemed to upset the center, and he wasn't quite sure what to do, and so he stood up out of his stance.
So first and 15 now. Andrew rolling to his, Holguin rolling to his right. He's going to throw, and a good throw, and a good diving catch. That is number 5, Joseph Enters, making the catch, good for about 7 yards. And it'll bring up second down and 8 for the Eagles.
Excellent pitch and catch. Southwest running the hurry-up, as all teams seem to do these days.
Holguin in the pistol now. He's going to turn and hand it right up the middle to Joseph Enters. And he is pushed back. Great job by that defensive line of Granite Hills. Getting penetration there with number 90, Jacob Hennessy. And it'll end up being no gain on the play. Third down and 7 for the Southwest Eagles. There's a gun to be received at 5. He's now rolling to his left under pressure. He's going to let this ball fly. It's complete. Had a man open. And getting separation from his defensive back was Armando Zavala, but the ball was just over his head. It'll be fourth down, and Southwest will punt.
Very interesting defense that the Granite Hills Eagles showed. They have 3 listed safeties, but they had nobody in the middle of the field. They all were up within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. So we'll see if they continue showing that same look, try to confuse the Southwest Eagles.
And I'm already struggling with the Eagles thing, and I'm trying to just say Eagles, but that's not going to clarify much with these 2 mascots. So Southwest is punting. And ball gets away neatly, and it'll be fielded right at about the 45 of Granite Hills. But he's Beal's great block, but they're going to throw a flag for it. It looks like he led with his head.
Yeah, that's an automatic penalty. They changed the rule about 4 years ago that if you come back on a block like that, it used to be called a crackback. It used to be legal, but if the player you're blocking does not know you're coming or see you're coming, and there's the call right there, it's automatic. So they'll march it back 15 yards. It happened right around the 45-yard line of the Southwest Eagles. So this is going to move the Granite Hills Eagles back into their own territory.
Both referees were quick to throw the flag. They were not going to let that block fly.
And the best way to describe the call is it's illegal block. There's nothing dirty about it or anything. The young man just came back to block. But it's kind of like in the NFL. A defensive player does not see the man blocking him or the player blocks him. They moved it all the way back to the 39-yard line.
So at the 39-yard line is where Granite Hills will take over with 10:34 left here in this first half. Shotgun now, a penalty flag is thrown early, and it is false start. So both teams start with a false start before they run a single play on offense.
And the exact counterpart to what Granite Hills did, moving their defense, the Eagles like the blitz. We saw that all last week, and right there in the very first play, Carlos Salcedo acted like he was going to blitz.
Justice McComb, the quarterback, he's back to pass. He's going to throw a completion to the right sideline, and it is caught by number 5 for the Granite Hills Eagles. That is Jaquale Hodges making the catch, and they'll end up being about a 9-yard completion, making second down and 6 for Granite Hills.
Beautiful pitch and catch.
Very similar pass to the one that Southwest threw on their first possession. Just quick to the sideline. And he will turn and hand it. And he's going to get to the outside. That's a great run by number 10, Richard Harris, for Granite Hills. Not going to end up getting too many yards. He's going to bounce away from a few defenders. Good for only about a yard. It'll be third down and 5 for Granite Hills.
Looked like a something that was going to develop, but Harris getting pushed out of bounds. As great pursuit by the Eagles to the short side of the field. Not a lot of room out there, bringing up third and middle, about 6 yards to go, as you called it. Key first down or first quarter play right now for these Granite Hill Eagles.
That's Justice McComb, very much a dual threat option for this Granite Hills offense. Over 1,000 yards total, but he will turn and hand it to Harris, and Harris is going to be stopped short of the first down. Looked like about a yard short. And it'll be 4th and 9 at the Granite Hills 49-yard line. And with a 4th and 1 at the Granite Hills 49-yard line. And Granite Hills going to keep the offense out there, and they're going to go for it.
First key play here, going for it on 4th down, still in their own territory.
Definitely be a big stop for the Eagles defense if they were to make it. And they were definitely trying to draw them offside. Southwest didn't budge. McComb takes a snap. It's a high snap, and it's not going anywhere. Great defensive play by Alan Cermedo. Turnover on downs for Granite Hills.
Actually lost about 4 or 5 yards. We'll see where they finally spot it. But as soon as the bad snap, the quarterback, McComb, had to jump up to get it down. That just destroyed the timing of the play, and then it was really cleaned up. Good hit by the Eagles. Nice defensive stance here. Turned the ball over. Now they're on the other team's side of the field.
Defensive end took advantage of that high snap, and now Southwest will take over at the Granite Hills 42-yard line. So some good field position to start their second offensive drive. Holguin, the quarterback, he's in the gun, and he is going to hand it to Joshua Enders to the right side. He's not going to get much room, as he was brought down on the play by Matthew Keeley. And it'll end up being a loss of the yard, second down and 11 coming up for Southwest.
And exactly like the Granite Hills Eagles. Great team defense for the Granite Hill Eagles on this side of the football.
Trips to the left for Holguin. He's going to throw a quick pass, almost intercepted, as it looked like there was some miscommunication between Holguin and his receiver. That was intended. That looked like that was intended for number 1, Benji Alvarez, and it'll be 3rd and 11 for Southwest.
Holguin completed his first pass, but was misfired on the previous 2.
Alvarez had some space up the seam, just Not the pass that he was looking for. Holguin under a lot of pressure. He's going to throw, but he makes the catch. Alvarez is there. They're going to stop him, and they're going to mark him. He's got the first down. A 12-yard completion to Benji Alvarez. He's able to hold on to it, and that was a great reception.
First down of the game, and as you called it, perfect catch by Alvarez under duress, and Holguin was actually in the grasp of one of the oncoming rushers and was able to get rid of the football.
So 1st and 10 at the Granite Hills 30-yard line. Holguin takes the snap, takes the handoff. He's going to throw a little swing out, but he did make the catch that was intended for Joseph Enders. The biggest problem I've always seen with that swing pass is when quarterbacks lob it over there, you're just getting the defender time to get there. It's obviously a tough pass to make, but in those situations, you have to try and get the ball to your receiver as quickly as you can, and Granite Hills did a great job of getting their defensive back.
It's probably a good thing that ball went incomplete. It would have been for about a 7-yard loss.
So it's down and 10. Man in motion, and he's going to set up a little screen, but not going to be caught. Joshua Enders was the intended receiver, and he had some space in front of him, just thought about running before he made the catch.
So far, we've seen Granite Hills pretty much in their base defense. We have not seen them blitz. They do play man-to-man on the outside with their corners.
No blitzing, but some good pressure by just the 3 defensive linemen up front. 7:13 to play, 3rd and 10 for Southwest. And he's going to throw it out, and it's too high. Benji Alvarez got his left hand on it, but could not corral it down. Holguin was under a little bit of pressure and threw it up high, but the Southwest offense will stay out there. Going for it on 4th and 10 at the Granite Hills 30-yard line.
Where the ball sits right now, it'd be about a 47-yard field goal, so they're going to go ahead and just go for it.
Field territory known as no man's land. Too close to punt, too far to kick. You're just going to have to keep your offense out there and hope. Holguin from the gun, rolling to his right. Good protection from his back. He's under pressure still. He's going to throw it wide at his receiver, out of bounds, turnover on down. And now Granite Hills will take over at their own 30-yard line.
Granite Hills getting a lot of pressure, just rushing their front. That time 3, as they were dropping 8 people. Would have been very difficult for Southwest to pick up the first down, and also very difficult to get the pass away when the 3 defensive linemen are putting pressure on the quarterback.
An update on some scores around the valley right now. Santana beating Vincent 7-0, and Holtville beating Calexico 7-0.
And we'll be down in Calexico next week.
Yep, for the Bulldogs and the Spartans, as the first game of IVL opens for both of those teams. So 1st and 10 at their own 30 for the Granite Hills Eagles. 2 running backs in the backfield now for McComb. He's going to hand it off to the left side, and he's going to pick up some good yardage running that football. Is number 21, Kevion Martin. He's going to pick up, they're going to give him about 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2. Call it 2nd and 3 from the 37-yard line.
That time they went to the jumbo offense where they had double tight ends. So Southwest certainly not fooled. They were ready for the run, but right at the point of attack, just got beat.
3 running backs in the backfield for Granite Hills. And penalty flags on the play. And
they're going to pick the flag up because the coach across the way very alertly, Talon Kops, called the timeout before they could be ruled for having too many men in motion.
So 6:24 left in this first quarter, all tied up at 0.
When you're hungry and you want delicious home-style cooking, there are 2 locations in the Imperial Valley that have the best. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Raleigh, open 7 days a week, 5:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., offering delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including ribeye steak, liver and onions, and meatloaf every Tuesday. The original Town Punk in Westmoreland is open 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. They're closed Monday. Brownie's Diner in Raleigh and the original Town Punk in Westmoreland.
Back now at Eagle Field at Freeway Stadium. 6:24 left here in this first quarter, all knotted up at 0s apiece. Southwest has had 2 drives with no points, and Granite Hills now on their 2nd drive. 2nd down and 3 for Granite Hills. 2 running backs in the backfield in the gun. High snap, but he's going to get it to Kevion Martin, who's going to run it to his right side, but a good tackle made by Benji Alvarez for the Eagles. They're going to put him right at the 40-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for Granite Hills.
So Granite Hills picks up their initial first down here in the first quarter. And it looks like Granite Hills, after their first possession, decided to go to ground attack, as you mentioned, twin backs with the double tight ends. Let's see now if they do some kind of play action pass off of that. Same, looks like, yeah, same exact offensive setup. One wide out to the left, double tight ends, two backs.
And penalty flags on the play again. Already seen the laundry out on the field quite a bit to start this game.
Yeah, we had 12 players on the field, so Granite Hills was going to run the 12-man offense, which probably was going to be successful.
Well, statistically, it probably is more successful than having 11 men. The more score updates: Brawley beating Kofa 13-0, Santana over Vincent 13-0, and Holtville still beating Calexico 7-0. So first 15 for Granite Hills, still in that two-back set. And high snap, and they're going to fake the handoff, and it's an end around, but it's read well by the Eagle defense. They tried to get it to Jalen Hall on the sweep, but Southwest had defenders all over the play.
John Haynes has done an excellent job of breaking down the tendencies of the Granite Hills Eagles and watching what they like to do on offense. And right now they've got Granite Hills going backwards.
Sammy Arredondo getting into the backfield for Southwest.
That was a loss of 9 on that last carry.
So second down now at 23. And McCollum is just going to keep it himself to the left side on that read option, finding some space. Looks like he's going to pick up about 6 or 7.
First carry of the night for McCombs. And perfect call. He was going to give the ball to his halfback, then pull it back out and actually countered. The halfback was coming to the right side of the line, and McCombs countered and went to the left side, brought it out all the way to the 35-yard line for a nice 9-yard pickup.
Third and 16 for Granite Hills, and whistles are being blown. And referees are sending out a defender for the Eagles. Possibly equipment.
Yeah, the strap breaks nowadays. They don't give you a chance to fix it or replace it. You've got to come out.
The third and 16. Now empty set. And he's going to heave one deep. He's got a receiver with separation, and it's caught. Making the catch, and he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. Touchdown for Granite Hills. Matthew Keeley, the receiver, getting separation, and Granite Hills breaks the scoreless tie here with 4:12 left in the first.
Perfect pass that actually seemed to hang a little bit. Good defense by the cornerback for the Southwest Eagles. He was right there with him, but Keeley just kind of actually outfought him for the football. So first score of the evening ends up being a nice 65-yard pitch and catch for the Granite Hills Eagles.
On to kick is Gavin Armstrong for Granite Hills. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 4:12 remaining in the first quarter, Granite Hills leads 7-0 over the Southwest Eagles.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful from the support that they hear and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
So back now, Granite Hills with a 7-0 lead, 4:12 remaining here in this first quarter. Back deep to receive for the Eagles is number 5, Joseph Enders, and number 20, Sammy Arredondo. Enders comes under it right at about the 5-yard line. He's going to take it to his left, looking for blockers. Not going to find many, but he's still going to break free, get it to about the 20. No, they're going to get to the 31-yard line. So a 21-yard return for Enders.
Excellent return by Enders as he first came out to the left side and broke up the middle, broke about 3-4 tackles around the 20-yard line. It was finally brought down, as you called it, all the way across the 30 to the 31-yard line. First down for the Southwest Eagles. As they have to exchange footballs, each team plays with their own football.
Back out onto the field, Nathan Holkey leading this offense, leading the Southwest Eagle offense, I should clarify. First and 10, and he is going to hand it to his left side, but not finding a lot of room is Joshua Enders.
Enders missed last week, unspecified reason, but he looks okay, looks healthy. But unfortunately, this tough sledding for him that time as the linebacker just filled the hole perfectly and brought him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Filling that hole with Andrew Lowry, number 43 linebacker for Granite Hills. Second and 10, no gain on that play. And he's going to hand it again, but again, he's finding no space. In fact, he's going to lose yardage on that play with Enders, but making the stop in the backfield was Jacob Hennessy. And it's going to be a loss of about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 12 for Southwest.
What the Eagles of Granite Hills on defense are doing is they're rushing their 4th down linemen, not worried about runs or counters or anything else, and the linebackers fill the holes, and they're doing a nice job of it.
2 receivers, the whole game's right. He's going to take the snap, and he's already under pressure. He's had to throw under pressure a lot today already, and that pass is incomplete, intended for Joshua Enders out of the backfield. It'll be 4th and 12 for Southwest. This defensive line of Granite Hills doing a great job getting pressure. That time it was Jacob Hennessy and Jeremiah Sackberry, the 2 defensive ends, collapsing on the quarterback.
So far here in the first quarter, we have both quarterbacks with 2 completions. Unfortunately for the Eagles of Southwest, it's 2 for 9. Cross 2 for 2.
Benji Alvarez on to punt for Southwest. Back deep to receive for Granite Hills is number 10, Richard Harris, and Harris has a lot of space on that left side, and the Eagles trying to collapse on him, and he is finally out of bounds, but deep in Eagles territory. They're going to mark him down right about the 37-yard line of Southwest, so a great return by Richard Harris. Granite Hills will take over 1st and 10 at the Southwest 37-yard line with 2:44 left to play here in this first quarter.
And like many teams nowadays, they actually call the first play on the sideline before they send the team out. That way they come from the huddle. They just come right up to the line of scrimmage and they're ready to go.
Auto out of the backfield again for Granite Hills. The back of them is Jared Cox. And yeah, that was definitely a false start there by that receiver on the far sideline. That was Jalen Hall who jumped for Granite Hills, and they'll move them back 5 yards. Granite Hills has had a 5-yard penalty on every one of their drives here in this game.
And all the old-timers in the stands on both sides are saying, watch the football.
Yep.
If you're a wide receiver, where are you going? Just watch the football. There's no need to take off early.
You know the snap count. There's no reason to take that extra step. So now 1st and 15 for Granite Hills. And play action, he's going to let this one go incomplete. He's trying to go to Jalen Hall there near the sideline. It'll be 2nd and 15 for Granite Hills. Good coverage on the play for Southwest by Joseph Enders.
First misfire of the night for McCombs after being 2 for 2. That looked like a timing pattern, and McCombs let it fly, and the receiver not made the break hit out of his cut. And that's the reason why the ball just fell harmlessly to the ground.
Jared Cox still the back for Granite Hills.
4 wideouts now.
And he's going to let this ball fly. So a little swing route and picking up yards for Granite Hills is number 5, Jaquale Hodges. He's going to pick up about 7 yards to make it 3rd down and 8 for Granite Hills.
Excellent pass. It's a very simple play, very safe once Hodges made the reception, he made the first man miss, and therefore got positive yards out, bringing up a not quite so daunting third, and as you called it, 8.
Hodges plays all over this offense for Granite Hills, listed as a running back, but we've seen him in the slot, we've seen him in the backfield, we've seen him out wide. And that's where he's lining up right now on this near side. Jared Cox still the back for Granite Hills on this offensive possession, 3rd down and 8. And McCollum under pressure, he's going to let this ball fly, and it's somehow caught. Making a great catch is Zach Burton. They're going to mark him about a yard short of the first down, but that was contested. He was able to bring that ball into his body.
McCollum made an excellent read. He knew where his tight end was going to be, and so he just threw the ball to the area, expecting the tight end to make the catch, and he certainly did. This will bring up 4th down, but no, they've decided that it is enough, so it's going to be first down.
Seems to be like he was tackled just maybe a yard shy of that marker, but they will give it to him. So 1st and 10 for Granite Hills at the Southwest 27-yard line. And McCollum's with the hard count. He's going to draw a Southwest defender off sides. And encroachment against Southwest. That's a 5-yard penalty to make it 1st and 5 for Granite Hills.
As we've seen the games we've done all year, Southwest blitzes almost every down. And that time the linebackers, both of them were coming. And they came across. Unfortunately for the Eagles, they broke that neutral zone. Automatic penalty.
So it's now 1st and 5 at the 22-yard line for Granite Hills. In the shotgun, he's got 2 receivers to either side of him. And now a penalty flag as the ball was snapped, and they're going to lose those 5 yards that they just gained. It's a legal motion against Granite Hills. So it'll be 1st and 10 once again for Granite Hills.
Can't imagine that Coach Goss across the way is pleased with what's going on. As you've mentioned, every series they've had an offside, a motion, some kind of 5-yard penalty. And this is the 5th game of the year for these young men, so you wouldn't expect to see that at this point of the season.
They have to clean that up before league starts, so 1st and 10. And McCollum's going to let this ball fly towards the end zone over the head of Jalen Hall. So 2nd down and 10 for Granite Hills.
Granite Hills' passing attack is all on the count. It's all on the break. And that time the coach saw the rush coming, 6 rushers, so he let the ball go just a hair early. The receiver coming out of the break couldn't quite get to it. But everything for this Eagle offense passing attack, meaning the Granite Hills Eagles, is on a timing pattern.
2 receivers to either side again. Play action. He's going to throw this ball over the middle. 2 receivers in the area, but making the catch is Jaquale Hodges. And he's going to pick up about 8 yards to make it 3rd down and 2 for Granite Hills.
Now, obviously, somebody was not where they were supposed to be.
There's a lot of traffic in that area.
But the ball was received. So that will make a makeable 3rd down here. Granite Hills does have an excellent place kicker if they don't convert and decide to try a field goal.
They've brought in Zach Burton now, and they'll have 3 receivers looking to get some power on that offensive line to run it to Cox, who is going to push forward, and seems like they're marking him short. And they are. Great penetration by Seattle, the Southwest defensive line, pardon. And it'll be 4th and 2 for Granite Hills.
The big Tyson coming back in for the Eagles of Granite Hills.
And there's a timeout on the field called by Southwest Eagles. So that is the end of the first quarter. The score, Granite Hills 7, Southwest 0.
They're excited at German floor covering, and now they're offering discounts up to 30% off select styles of products. Kids, life, or pets, German floor covering has you covered with a water and stain-proof product ready for anything life throws at you. From now until September 30th, Shop Floor will make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for every lifeguard carpet sold. Visit German Floor Covering today in Imperial to see their Shop Floor gallery. And now, no interest, 30 months financing on approved credit.
No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, R&K Air Conditioning has it. From complete temp-star cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, we have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make R&K Air Conditioning your first and only call for your cooling needs. Call 760-353-7570 or find us online at rkair.net. Just start. Quality you can feel.
You are listening to high school football on AM 1230 KXO El Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
Back now at Eagle Field at Freeway Stadium, Granite Hills facing 4th down and 1. And they are going to go for it, it seems. Their quarterback, McCollum, still on the field. So 4th down and 1, deep in Southwest territory. Tried the hard count, and
it worked this time again.
Encroachment against the Eagles. That's a 5-yard penalty and will give Granite Hills a first down.
That's first down the easy way. Unfortunately, the very aggressive Southwest Eagles defense, they were blitzing everybody. 8 players were coming, and unfortunately they made contact.
The first and 10 for Granite Hills now at the Southwest 50-yard line. Throws in the gun. He's going to hand it off to Carryon Martin. He's going to get some good holds up right up the middle and go for about 9, maybe 10 yards.
It looks like it's very close to the first down, but they're going to mark a little bit short.
So it'll be a 9-yard pickup, second down and 1 at the 9-yard line. Martin at the 6-yard line. As Granite Hills is knocking on the door, getting a 2-score lead. Hand off against Carryon Martin, taking him back up the middle, but a great job tackling him is Benji Alvarez coming from his defensive back position. But it is going to be enough for a Granite Hills first down, right at about the 1 to 2 yard line, 1.5 yard line, we'll call it.
Excellent play by Alvarez as he really closed down in the hole. And if he doesn't make that play, it would have been 6 points for the visiting Eagles.
So first and goal for Granite Hills.
And it appears that we do have an infraction. They're marking against the Eagles of Granite Hills. They moved the ball back 5 yards. So apparently there was something that happened that we did not see, but they picked up the flag. The ball is back now,
7-yard line.
And it will be replay of first down.
Possibly a block in the back, but it is now first and about 4 for Granite Hills. Carryon Martin still the back, and they're going to the quarterback keeper. McCombs will keep it, and he takes it right into the end zone. Touchdown for Granite Hills. Justice McComb on a read option. He fooled his own receiver. Jaquale Hodges thought he was getting the football, but McComb saw the hole, and he took it right up the middle for 6.
But we mentioned that he's already had 3 rushing touchdowns in the first 4 games. Now he's got a 4th one, as that was a fake. Kate carried out. It fooled the Eagles of Southwest, and he actually just walked into the end zone.
Gavin Armstrong on the kick, and the kick is up, and it is right through the upright. So, with 11:01 left to play here in the second quarter, Granite Hills leads 14-0.
I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down. Why is that? That automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair.
I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder.
Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
Back now at Southwest High School, back deep to receive for the Eagles on this kickoff. For the Southwest Eagles is Joseph Enders and Sammy Arredondo. Kicking off for Granite Hills will be Gavin Armstrong. And Southwest now finds themselves in a 14-point hole. And they will try to get back into this game. Armstrong's kick is away. It'll be fielded by Enders at about the 18-yard line. Not a deep kick. Enders looking for space. He's going to take it past the 30 to about the 33. And that's where Southwest will take over first and 10.
Enders is an experienced return man, and he ran straight up the field. No dancing around or hesitating or trying to cut across the field. He got a nice return. This will give Southwest good field position. Let's see if they can get something going here and try to move the football. This Granite Hills Eagles defense has been stout all the first quarter, and now their first possession of the second quarter for Southwest.
So, getting the Southwest offense as usual, Nathan Holtby, 2 receivers to either side. And in the backfield is Joseph Enders. And a quick pass thrown to the outside in the slot. And it is caught. There's a penalty flag on the play. And with some great movement there for Southwest is Joseph Enders, but there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, I believe we may see a pick on Southwest as the far outside receiver came across, and, well, now he's saying motion, so I guess he felt that the far outside receiver took off too soon when he picked his quarterback to give the space for that reception. So all of that, it goes back 5 yards. A lot of penalties here in the early going.
So loss of 5 yards. Play really shouldn't have even happened then. Should have been blown dead early. It'll be first and 15 now for Southwest. As they'll come out now with 3 receivers to Holguin left. And Joshua Enders in the backfield. And he's going to pass. He's going to throw it quickly, and it is caught by Benji Alvarez turning upfield. He's finding good space, and he's going to get the first down for Southwest. A great catch and run for Benji Alvarez.
Alvarez's second reception of the night brings the ball all the way out to the 45-yard line, 16-yard pickup.
And now Southwest finding some life with a great pickup. So first and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Holguin takes the snap. He's going to pass. He's going to throw it out to Alvarez in the flat, and he is not going to make the catch. Looked like his knee had touched the ground, so they would have marked him down anyway. And again, this seems like one of those situations where it's almost better he didn't catch it because there was Granite Hills defenders ready to make the stop. So it'll be second down and 10 for Southwest.
Southwest right up on the line of scrimmage, doing very quick counts on their snaps and also quick passing plays trying to negate this rush of the defensive line of the Granite Hills.
Benji Alvarez now moved into the backfield for Southwest. Holguin in the gun. He's going to hand it to Alvarez. Alvarez almost slipped in the backfield, but he's going to fight forward and pick up about 2 yards before Matthew Keeley comes up to make the stop. So it'll be third down and 8 for Southwest.
Alvarez did well to get those positive yards. The field doesn't appear to be slick, but just got his feet tangled up, wasn't able to get a good start, picked up some yards.
Personnel confusion for Southwest, but seems like they have the offense they want out there now. 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to Holguin's right. He's going to roll to his right, but he's under pressure. He's just got to heave this ball up and hope, and it is incomplete as trying to make the catch was Joseph Enders. The play, good coverage was Titus Darling for Granite Hills. It'll be 4th and 8, and Southwest will punt.
And that was the first time tonight that the Eagles actually blitzed one of their linebackers who came in, and he was right in Holguin's face. So Holguin blew the ball up, got rid of it. Nice job by the quarterback. As Alvarez now drops back to punt.
Credit to this Granite Hills defense. That's their first blitz, but they have not needed much of a blitz. Their defensive line has done a great job getting into the backfield against this Southwest offense. On the punt is Benji Alvarez. And he will get it off a line drive punt that's going to bounce and not going to be fielded by Granite Hills. No, instead he is going to take it right inside his own 10-yard line, and he is not going to find a ton of space. He hesitated to return that football, and it cost him quite a few yards. Great coverage by that punt team of Southwest.
Richard Harris, their return man, little indecision, let it bounce, then looked up and saw there was no pressure coming from the punt coverage, so he picked up about 4 yards on the return. So Southwest now we'll see if this defense actually doing a very good job tonight. They got beat by the one long 65-yard pass and then a short field for the second touchdown for the Eagles of Granite Hills.
So it'll be first and 10 Granite Hills at their own 14-yard line.
Antonio Lau now in the game for the Eagles at a nose tackle position.
2 backs in the backfield for Granite Hills, and he is going to hand it off to the right side. That's going to Quail Hodges. He finds some space on that right sideline. He's going to pick up close to a first down. They're going to say
we've got a flag down right at the 15-yard line.
Flag in the backfield.
Yeah, this is probably going to come back. See where that flag is dropped. It's holding or illegal block. The referees are discussing now. The Eagles of Granite Hills are already marching back towards their own goal line. Well, that will negate it.
And those are waving off.
Well, that's not going to make Coach Haynes and the Southwest coaching staff very happy.
So the 9-yard pickup will stand. It'll be second down and 1 for Granite Hills.
And when you see the other team marching back on your sideline, you tend to think they knew they committed some violation or foul, but not the case on that particular play.
So second and 1 for Granite Hills, right at their own 24-yard line. They continue to go 2 backs in the backfield. But McCombs will pass. He's going to let this ball fly deep down the right sideline, and it's caught in stride. And he's running all the way to the end zone. It's a foot race, and he is not going to be caught. An easy touchdown for Granite Hills, and that's Jalen Hall with a 76-yard catch and run. He had a lot of separation against his quarterback that he was working against, and it was just a foot race that Hall was definitely not going to lose. Granite Hills takes a 20-0 lead with 8:55 left here in the second quarter with the extra point coming.
What a beautiful pass, beautiful catch, just perfect everything. The quarterback dropped deep to the ball right on the line.
Extra point is up and good. And with 8:55 remaining, Granite Hills Eagles with a 21-point lead over the Southwest.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Spartanburg, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
Flautas y sopes. Delicious, authentic Mexican food. Just $6.49 per dozen flautas. Combo meals for any appetite. With 3 locations in the valley. 715 Cesar Chavez Boulevard in Calexico. 1551 Ford Drive next to Foods for Less in El Centro. And 1622 South 4th Street next to Soul Market in El Centro. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Calexico and 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in El Centro. Don't forget, you can go online for our menu and call in your order ahead of time. Flautas y sopes. The real deal.
Back now, Southwest High School, Granite Hills with a 21-0 lead over the Southwest Eagles, and a pooch kick from Granite Hills, and they're going to get this football back and running it in stride, but they're not allowed to advance it. And Granite Hills is going to take over possession of the football.
Total surprise for the Eagles as the ball pooched up, and all the return, they have 6 players back. They all were kind of looking at each other. And the ball bounced perfectly for a Granite Hills player. He caught it, as you mentioned, in stride, but you cannot advance a kick such as that. So Granite Hills takes over after an electrifying, long 73-yard pass. They're now, 77-yard pass. They're deep in the Eagles' territory of Southwest. Looks like they marked it on the 33.
Dimitri Fuentes, the offensive lineman for Granite Hills, he was just sprinting, and the ball bounced into his hands. He wanted to take it back, but you cannot advance those kicks. But it's now 1st and 10, Granite Hills at the Southwest 33-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield, but now Jaquail Hodges moves into the slot, and Coach's going to throw it deep. He's got a man, and it is incomplete. And it looks like there's going to be offensive pass interference as James Johnson was the intended receiver, but he had a full arm extension push-off against his defender. And this should be offensive pass interference.
Benji Alvarez was the player down there. Excellent job by Alvarez on the defense. And there's the call, and they're going to call it against, he pointed against the Eagles of Southwest, and they're marching. Now, pass interference in high school is a 15-yard spot foul from the original line of scrimmage, not where the play or the infraction occurred, but that will move the ball now inside the 20. They stop marching on the 18.
Obviously, they have a better view than I do, but to me, that was just a very clear full arm extension and push off to try to get that football. But instead, it's a 15-yard penalty against Southwest, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Granite Hills inside the 20. McComb takes the snap in the gun. He's moving around the pocket, and it looks like he's just going to keep it himself, but he's got space running forward past the 10, inside the 5, into the end zone. No, they're going to mark him down about a yard short. Justice McComb with a clear lane dove forward into the end zone, but the linesman is marking him a yard short. There is a discussion between officials.
I do not see a flag down, which doesn't mean there isn't one, but this McComb is everything he was advertised to be.
And athleticism is very clear, even just moving around the pocket.
And he's already passed the 1,000-yard mark here in the not even 4.5 games played. He's gone over 1,000 yards passing with what he's accomplished so far.
There was a penalty flag, and it's being waved off, but it will be first and goal. No, they're going to say that was a touchdown. So McComb did make it into the end zone. A great run by Justice McComb. The confusion there was the head lineman did not call the touchdown signal, and then he threw a flag that was not seen. But it is now 26-0. Granite Hills lead over Southwest. Great athletic play, and an extra point coming up for Granite Hills.
Yeah, we must have missed an extra point, because I thought they'd been 3 for 3 so far.
Definitely should be a 27-0 game with this extra point coming.
As there, again, a stoppage on the field as the officials are trying to get things set. Looks like they're finally ready to go.
Gavin Armstrong ready to give this ball a boot, and that was clearly offside by Benji Alvarez.
And when you do break the neutral zone, it does stop the play. So now let's see if the Granite Hills Eagles decide to try to go for 2 of the ball. They have to move the ball another 1.5 yards forward.
It is a free yard, but they do seem content to just take the extra point, which is understandable with now a 4-score lead before halftime. So Armstrong lines up, and another great attempt by Alvarez. This time it's not crossed, but the extra point is good. And with 8:42 here in the first half, Granite Hills leads 28-0.
They're excited at German Floor Covering, and now they're offering discounts up to 30% off select styles of products. Kids, life, or pets, German Floor Covering has you covered with a water and stain-proof product ready for anything life throws at you. From now until September 30th, Shop Floor will make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for every lifeguard carpet sold. Visit German Floor Covering today in Imperial to see their Shop Floor Gallery. And now, no interest, 30 months financing on approved credit.
Back here at Southwest High School in Granite Hills with a 4-score 28-0 lead here against the Southwest Eagles. As there is less than 10 minutes to play here in the first half, but Granite Hills offense already getting the best of this Eagle defense, and they're going to try yet another pooch kick. Let's see if Southwest more prepared for it, and they let it go out of bounds. It seemed like that's what they possibly thought that last kick was going to do, but it just stayed fair, and Granite Hills was able to scoop it up, but Southwest will get the football to start this possession.
They have the option, 3 options. They can make them kick it back 5 yards further, or they can take it where the ball goes out of bounds, or take it at 35. And it looks like they have decided to take it at 35, but we did get some clarification, Dylan, that on the second PAT where there was some conversation down there, it was rule no good, and that's So we have a 27-0 lead right now.
The score is 27-0. We have some other scores across the valley. Hopeville shutting out Calexico 20-0 in the second. Raleigh 41-0 over Kofa in the second. And Califat 14-0 over O'Farrell Charter. First and 10, Hokie takes the snap. He's going to throw it to his left side. No, dropped by Benji Alvarez. He could hear the footsteps, it seems, of Justin Harbour, the middle linebacker, coming towards them, and it'll be incomplete. Second down and 10 now for Southwest.
Justin McCove, 6 for 8, obviously stellar night. And so far with the drops, etc., Nathan Olgeen is only 3 for 13.
Definitely a lot of catchable passes that were not caught by this Southwest offense to start. But it's now second down and 10. Benji Alvarez in motion. Alvarez will take the sweep to the right side. He's got a lead blocker in front of him, but Granite Hills defensive backs swarm quickly. And it's going to be good for calling about 2 or 3 yards to bring up third down and 7. Doing the blocking was Joshua Enders.
That's the philosophy of having 2 linebackers and 3 safeties, 2 cornerbacks. You can really run to the sidelines, and that's just what the Eagles of Granite Hills did that play.
Granite Hills defense has quite a bit of speed, and they're quick to get to the ball carrier. Holguin rolling to his right under pressure as usual. He's going to throw well over the head of Joshua Enders, and it'll be 4th down and 7 for Southwest, and Holguin's a little slow to get up.
He's had Granite Hills Eagles all over him all night long. The young man bounces up, and he'll be ready for the next series. We're sure this does bring up a punting situation. And I believe that Richard Harris dropping back deep was probably talked to by his coach to say, catch the ball, don't let it bounce.
So 4th down and 7 for Southwest. They will punt once again. Back deep receiving is Richard Harris, as you previously mentioned. His last return was not exactly a very successful one, and it's going to be a fake. Benji Alvarez is going to keep it, but he's not going to have a lot of space, and Granite Hills closes in quickly, and Alvarez picked up maybe a yard, but it's going to be a turnover on down, and it'll be 1st and 10 Granite Hills at the Southwest 38.5-yard line.
In the defense of Benji Alvarez, the snap was good, but the Eagles of Granite Hills had a block punt formation, and they just flowed through the one side. So he ran away from that pressure because they were going to block the football. But too good a pursuit.
Definitely a best of a bad situation there that Benji Alvarez could hope for. And Granite Hills now comes out with good field position again against the Southwest Eagles.
But Granite Hills going deep in the playbook. We had a little pooch kick the last 2 kickoffs, and here they went after the punt block.
Definitely keeping Southwest on their toes. Justice McComb leads the offense out. 3 receivers to his right, and he's going to pass rolling to his right, and he's going to let this ball fly deep, and it is... There's a fight for the football. Let's see who they say gets it. And it is intercepted? I don't know. They haven't marked it yet.
Okay, no, they're calling the chain, so it was a jump.
Wow.
Now, if you have dual possession, it does go to the offensive team. The Eagles actually did finally come away after the whistle with the football, but McComb did a great job of getting rid of the football, and the Eagles did a great job of recovering, as now we have timeout on the field.
It was Jaquale Hodges, the receiver for Granite Hills, and Joseph Enders, the defensive back, and now timeout is called.
Yeah, I think that Coach Haynes on the southwest sideline wants to throw the red challenge flag to see. But obviously in high school you don't have that.
So with 7:25 to play here in the first half, Granite Hills has a 27-0 lead over the Southwest Eagles.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again voted best breakfast in the Imperial Valley by our customers. Thank you. Remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
First and goal, hand off to carry on Barton, and he is looked to be stopped, but he reverses his field, and he's tripped up in the backfield. Samuel Arredondo looks like he got his foot around the ankle of Barton, and it's going to end up being a loss of about a yard. So that makes it 2nd and goal from the 10 for Granite Hills, pardon. And yeah, that last deep pass to Jaquale Hodges, Joseph Enders looked like very good coverage, but as you mentioned, dual possession does go to the receiver. And it sets up Granite Hills with great field position. 2nd and goal from the 10, 2 receivers in the backfield. It's Hodges and Cox, 1st and 10. They're going to hit 2nd and goal. They're going to hand off to carry on Martin, and he's going to take it into the end zone with ease for a 10-yard touchdown. And it is now 33-0 in favor of Granite Hills.
What they did that time was they knew that Southwest was going to blitz as they had, and they guessed correctly that Southwest would blitz from the left side of the defense, so they just ran a little counter to the right side of the defense where there was no one there. Therefore, the 10-yard walk-in for a score.
They've beaten the Southwest defense using all different facets of their offense. They've used the deep ball, they've used the quarterback running, and just some good old-fashioned right up the middle running. Armstrong's extra point is good. And with 6:26 6:28 to play here in the first half. Granite Hills 34, Southwest 0.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful from the support that they hear and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Getting ready to kick off here at Southwest High School. Southwest trailing 34-0 in the first half. This Granite Hills offense is a potent one, and they are getting great success against the Southwest defense, and we said was a lot better than people were giving it credit for.
And by this McComb's just having a stellar night.
Absolutely. He's making all the right reads, has yet to really make a bad decision in terms of passing. And taking it away, Enders will return it right at about the 8-yard line, looking for holes. He's going to find a seam, and he's going to take it to the right sideline. And a decent return for Enders, calling about 17 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 for Southwest at their own 32-yard line.
Now the Eagles coming back out on offense of Southwest. They have not had poor field position all night, starting this drive on the 31-yard line.
If they're going to get anything going, they've got to find a way to keep Nathan Holguin not under pressure. It seems like every pass that he's thrown today, he's thrown with 3 or 4 Granite Hills defenders right in his face. 1st and 10 for Holguin. See Alvarez in motion. They're going to fake to Alvarez. And Holguin's going to let this ball fly deep down the field, and it is caught by Enders. A great catch, turning around, and a 360 to haul it in. And it'll be a first down at the the Granite Hills 34-yard line.
Excellent pass and catch as the Eagles of Southwest right up on the line of scrimmage, trying to put something on the scoreboard here in the late going of the second quarter.
So 1st and 10. And now penalty flags thrown. And Southwest gives Granite Hills a taste of their own medicine. And offside encroachment assessed against Granite Hills, 5-yard penalty to make it 1st and 5 for Southwest.
That's a pretty 5 yards that the Eagles of Southwest will gladly take. Presented by the Eagles of Granite Hills.
Clock ticks under 6 minutes to play here in the first half as Southwest may finally have something going here on offense after the big play to Joseph Enders. And now they're going to hand the ball to Joshua Enders, and he's going to bounce to the outside for some decent yardage, about 4 yards to mark him a yard or two short of the first down marker.
Only needed 5 after the offside. Looks like he got about 3, so bring up 2nd and 2.
Enders remains in the backfield for the Southwest offense to the right of Holguin. And he's going to turn it, hand it to Benji Alvarez, who was lined up in the backfield as well. And Alvarez is going to pick up the first down, and he'll be brought down at about the 14-yard line of Granite Hills.
Well-designed play by Coach James as the Eagles of Southwest had more blockers than the pursuit of the Eagles of Granite Hills. So excellent play, excellent execution.
So 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Marking at the Granite Hills 15. I apologize for the Gila Ridge, but this GR is messing with me. And they'll fake to Benji Alvarez. Holguin wanted to throw to Alvarez, and Alvarez is not looking, and Alvarez just did not turn upfield.
And Holguin just got rid of the football, as was discretion in the better part of valor. He was going to take a huge loss outside the 20, so go ahead and just throw it out there. It's not grounding. Benji Alvarez was in the area, so throw it away, come back again, 2nd and 10. Clock stops, so no pressure on time.
Benji Alvarez holding his ribs, but he will stay in the game. He's lined up just behind the right tackle. 2nd and 10. And Alvarez goes in motion again behind Holguin. They're going to hand it off to Enders up the middle. He finds a big hole. There's a penalty flag on the play in the secondary.
Yeah, we'll see what this is. As that time, the Southwest Eagles caught the defense of the Granite Hills Eagles moving the wrong way. And Unfortunately, a hole may have been what was able to spring Enders through, but this one's coming back. It's very interesting to see the different defensive formations that the Granite Hills Eagles like to deploy. That time they actually had 3 safeties all congregated like they were in a huddle themselves about 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
So it now becomes second down and 20 for Southwest at their own 25-yard line. One Eagle offense has been explosive, the other silent. And timeout on the field is called by the Southwest Eagles with 4:24 left to play here in the second quarter. Granite Hills leads 34-0.
At Tyler Insurance, we're proud to have served Imperial Valley's businesses and families since 1921. Now, as part of Gallagher, we're committed to bringing you the same team and exceptional service with expanded offerings in insurance, risk management, and consulting services. Together, we're dedicated to helping your business and your community face their future with confidence. Visit agg.com/Tyler to learn more about our new partnership with Gallagher.
When you crave Mexican food, are you not sure where to go? I'll give you a suggestion. La Fonda Bar and Grill. Yes, the Camacho family is still doing it right with freshly made Mexican food. From enchiladas to special quesadillas, and everything is handmade. And of course, Miss Camacho, she still comes in to make sure everybody's favorite chili rellenos are there. La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro. Open Wednesday through Monday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Back here at Southwest, 4:24 to play here in the first half. It's second and 20 for the Southwest Eagles. But they are in deep Granite Hills territory.
Both Enders in the game now. One split out wide to the left, the other next to Hogan in the backfield.
Joseph and Joshua, as Holkeen takes snap, he's going to throw to his right side. He's going to throw it to the back. Joshua, who was leaping and the ball just bounced off his hands. It'll be third down and 20 for Southwest.
If they aren't able to gain any yards here, it would be about a 41-yard field goal attempt. I'm not sure if they would let Benji Alvarez and Sam Arundano try it from that distance, but we might be able to find out here in another play.
They may just try to get this ball closer.
Now Granite Hills defense, they have nobody over the middle of the field for a safety. They're all up on the line of scrimmage.
And Holkeen rolling to his left, looking for a man. He's going to heave this ball deep to the end zone, and it is intercepted. And running it back, that's number 10 for
Richard Harris.
Granite Hills. Richard Harris. It bounced off Matthew Keeley's arm, but it's Harris's. But there is a flag on the play.
This may not count because I think we have a roughing the pass through,
and it is,
and that's an automatic first down. So that will certainly change the fortunes right now from Granite Hills having the ball near midfield that the Eagles of Southwest are going to be knocking on the door for their first touchdown.
So from terrible to terrific for the Southwest offense, as roughing the passer will give them a first down. And it should be first and 10 Southwest, should be first and goal Southwest at the 10-yard line. Or rather the 9-yard line. And Southwest now has its first legitimate chance to put some points up in this game.
As we mentioned, automatic first down, so this will bring up first and goal from the 10.
So first and goal from the 10 enters the back for Southwest.
4 wideouts, 2 to each side for the Eagles of Southwest.
Benji Alvarez in motion. They're going to give it to Alvarez to the outside. He's looking for space, not finding any, and the ball is forced loose, but it is jumped on quickly by Southwest.
Yeah, that was Enders. Joseph coming across. He was the lead blocker for Alvarez. When Alvarez was hit, the ball popped loose, and Enders, Johnny on the spot, fell on it. Unfortunately for the Eagles, it was way back to the 20-yard line, so that's a 10-yard loss.
It was a big hit delivered by defensive back Matthew Keeley to knock the ball loose. And that seems to have been the story for this Southwest offense. 1 step forward, 2 steps backward. And it's now second and goal at the 19.
And you mentioned before that Alvarez was walking a little gingerly, so maybe he's a little nicked up.
Holkeen in the snap, and he's under pressure again. And now Matthew Keeley gets a sack. He had a long touchdown, and now he gets to the quarterback. Holkeen still on the ground. But it looks like he is going to get up, maybe more frustration than anything, but no, he does appear to be shaken up.
It did not appear to be a heavy hit. Really just appeared to grab him by the thigh and wrestle him down. It didn't look like anything was caught underneath, like a knee, an ankle, or anything like that.
He will stay in the game.
But another 10-yard loss. Unfortunately for the Eagles of Southwest, going backwards now.
Nathan Holguin, a very tough player, and he's staying in the game, but he's clearly in pain as it's third down and goal from the 30-yard line.
Southwest does have 2 timeouts remaining.
A 47-yard field goal attempt it would be from this yard mark. Third and goal. Holguin rolling to his right. He's under pressure yet again. Can he outrun these defenders? He's going to keep this ball towards the end zone. A lot of white jerseys, and it's incomplete. That had the feel of an end-of-the-game Hail Mary. And it's going to be 4th and goal from the 30-yard line for Southwest.
And all 5 of those safeties and cornerbacks were back in the end zone as we have timeout on the field by Southwest.
The timeout on the field called by Southwest with 2:09 to play here in the first half. Granite Hills with a 34-0 lead.
No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, R&K Air Conditioning has it. From complete temp-star cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, we have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make R&K Air Conditioning your first and only call for your cooling needs. Call 760-353-7570 or find us online at rkair.net. Temp-Star, quality you can feel.
I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down.
Why is that?
That automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair.
I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder.
Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
Flautas y sopes. Delicious, authentic Mexican food. Just $6.49 for a dozen flautas. Combo meals for any appetite. With 3 locations in the valley. 715 Cesar Chavez Boulevard in Calexico. 1531 Ford Drive next to Foods for Less in El Centro. And 1622 South 4th Street next to Soul Market in El Centro. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Calexico and 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in El Centro. Don't forget, you can go online for our menu and call in your order ahead of time. Flautas y sopes. The real deal.
The Southwest offense stays out here on 4th and goal from the 30-yard line. We are seeing on the sideline that Andrew Fuentes is getting his arm loose, as well as number 14 for the Eagles, who is actually not listed on the roster. Actually, no, that's number 10, Nathan De La Garza. But Holguin is still in the game. He's going to roll to his right under pressure. Penalty flag on the play. Pass is intercepted. And making the interception for Granite Hills is Carlos De Leon. And it's holding against the Eagles, and I believe that will be declined.
So go ahead and take the ball, obviously, on the first turnover of the night for either side. Although the onside boot kick that was recovered by the Eagles of Granite Hills does not count as a turnover. Same thing. The other team was supposed to have the ball and ended up not getting it.
A lot of frustration showing on that Southwest sideline as Granite Hills already with a big lead. They now get one more shot to score before halftime with a minute 58 left on the clock. We'll see if they continue to air it out.
They do have 2 timeouts. So obvious choices here is go ahead and run your regular offense, try to put the ball in the air, or just run it out. Granite Hills will receive the second half kick.
Justice McComb, the quarterback, he's going to throw a quick pass out to the sideline, and it is incomplete. Was looking for James Johnson, but great coverage on the play by the Eagles, by Sammy Arredondo.
Only the 3rd pass of this half completed by McCombs. We'll have all the halftime stats at the half, as always, and that McCombs, he's been everything that was advertised before this game, and as we already mentioned, he's already passed the 1,000-yard mark on the season with his passing.
Very athletic, got a big, strong arm, and he's very accurate. There's also nobody covering this receiver down on the Southwest sideline. They finally do get Enders over there. And it's another quick pass on the flat, and he's going to pick up a first down. Fighting for those yards is Jaquail Hodges.
Now, Hodges having a big night.
Granite Hills offense in general having a big night. 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. 3 receivers to his left, but to his right for Justice McComb. He takes the snap, and he's going to throw this ball over the middle. It's caught by James Johnson for the first down. He breaks away from a tackle. He's trying to find some more space before finally being dragged down at the southwest 25-yard line, and a big gain for their big wide receiver.
First time tonight we've called Johnson. We mentioned how he's averaging 8 catches a game. That's his first one here, all the way near the end of the first half, and it's a big one. Brings the Eagles of Granite Hills down close for opportunity. They still have 2 timeouts left. The ball's sitting right on the 25-yard line.
2 timeouts left. Clock takes under 1:20 to play here in the first half. As McComb will take the snap, and he's going to hand off to Kerryon Martin, who's going to find a hole on that left side. He's turning it back towards the middle. There is a penalty flag on the play, as Kerryon Martin does pick up the first down, but it should be coming back, as holding is called against Granite Hills.
That will stop the clock as well. So right now, the Eagles of Granite Hills marching back. You mentioned before the game the good-sized crowd travels in 95 miles from Granite Hills and El Cajon, and they're across the way enjoying what to them is balmy weather.
So a 10-yard penalty will make it first and 20 for Granite Hills, as they will replay first down. Neither team has been very clean in the penalty department. Penalties have been thrown against both teams pretty freely here in the first half. As McComb is in the gun, and he's going to throw a quick one out to James Johnson. Johnson cutting back up towards looking for blockers, hesitating, but he's getting good yardage back towards the 20-yard line. Penalty flag thrown late after Johnson was tackled, as Johnson got about 4 yards past the original line of scrimmage.
It could be on these instances where you get a face mask, and now it's going to be holding against the Eagles of Granite Hills. So that, if it's on the end of the run, then they'll mark it from there. But that will repeat first down, so we'll have our third opportunity to have first down. And it's actually going to be a penalty that's positive 2 yards.
About a 2-yard pickup for Granite Hills after that penalty. So it will be first and 18 now, after the previous first and 20. McComb down, and they're setting up that screen, but Southwest is limiting it, but McComb breaks away, but he can't break away from Sammy Arredondo, finally dragging him down for a big loss, but there is another penalty flag on the field.
Just have to wait and see what this is. I actually thought McComb, when he broke the first tackle, would try to just get rid of the ball and throw it away, but obviously he didn't feel that was a good thing, and we had a motion penalty against the Eagles of Granite Hills. So they will definitely decline that, take the play, so we can get the second down finally, as the ball now is sitting out all the way on the 41-yard line, a loss of 8.
A lot of Southwest defenders getting into the face of Justice McComb. It looked like they were trying to set up that screen, but as you know, that they've blitzed quite a bit here.
They had 8 players coming that time. All down linemen and all the linebackers were coming.
So that will set up second down and 26 for Granite Hills, as there's only 31 seconds left on the clock. They still come out in their spread offense. Back to the right is Jared Cox. And Cox will get the football to that left side. He's got some blockers cutting it back towards the field. He's going to get some good yardage down at the 30-yard line. So about an 11-yard pickup.
And let's see if the Eagles of Granite Hills allow the clock to run out.
That does seem like they are trying to. They're trying to get the hurry-up offense going. They do have 2 timeouts in their back pocket, electing not to use them, as under 10 seconds to play. And they are just going to let this clock run out. And that's exactly what they do. So with zeros on the clock for the first half, Granite Hills has all the momentum going into halftime. A 34-0 lead over Southwest. We'll be back with our halftime show after this.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valley. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
Flautas y sopes. Delicious, authentic Mexican food. Just $6.49 for a dozen flautas. Combo meals for any appetite. With 3 locations in the Valley. 715 Cesar Chavez Boulevard in Calexico. 1531 Ford Drive next to Foods for Less in El Centro. And 1622 South 4th Street next to Soul Market in El Centro. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Calexico and 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in El Centro. Don't forget, you can go online for our menu and call in your order ahead of time. Flautas y sopes. The real deal.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
What do basketball, choir, drama clubs, and marching bands all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical California high school budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the California Interscholastic Federation and the California State Athletic Directors Association.
Southwest High School, the Granite Hills Eagles with a 34-0, and after that we're going to be visiting the Spartans.
Yep.
Now at Eagle, and
Right.
baseball coach at Granite Hills,
The athletic director.
and athletic coach. What do you do for spare time? Everything else.
Correct. Teach and athletic director takes up a lot of the job, and being a baseball coach full time takes up a lot of the job, and it's definitely a full time operation.
Welcome back to the Valley. I know you have been back, obviously visiting.
Oh yeah,
Your family here.
Yes, family's still here.
And this is the first time you've been on the campus here.
No, I've been on the campus here quite a few times, and I still come back quite a bit. My family, my folks still live out in the outskirts of Sealy, where I grew up at, and so I come back a lot. Yes, I have. A great dedication to a great man, and a very nice thing for a very good person.
The Granite Hills.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The last 3 or 4 years, we've really kind of turned it around with some solid players. Coach Koss has really got a good coaching staff together. We've our youth program there in the Granite Hills area, El Cajon area, has really been built up, and that's really benefited to our program. And I think we've got 3 or 4 Division I football players finally playing out and about UCLA and a few other places, Texas Tech, and so we've definitely upgraded. We have been struggling as a football program for years and years and years, and over the last, let's say, 4 or 5 years, we've really turned it around. We were tri-champs last year in league, and that league includes Helix and Steel Canyon and Grossmont, pretty formidable league to play in up there. And so to be in that same company is pretty good.
We've done our talking about the football, baseball.
Yeah.
Granite Hills always a great baseball program.
Yeah. We've been very fortunate at Granite Hills. It's a great community. It's a baseball community.
I've been very fortunate to have a lot of good baseball players come through our program, and it's no special thing. It's just I've been blessed to have major leaguers come through my program. A ton of Division I players come through my program, and everybody comes through there. They expect to either win or play at the next level, and their expectation is quite high, which is very beneficial for a coach. And things that I always try to do is take what I've learned from my coaches that I had in high school, from Coach Jones to Coach Middleton to Lefty Martin to all those guys that were instrumental to my career as growing up. And I like to take all of that and try to instill it to Granite Hills, and put a couple of those combinations together. I think we've been relatively pretty fortunate.
Well, you mentioned a couple of names, and I told you I would have umpired some of your games when you were at Centro.
Right.
And Lefty, very near and dear to my heart. Lefty is one of the first people I ever met when I first came to the Imperial Valley.
Yeah.
And my running joke, and I apologize for this, I was the only umpire that never threw Lefty out of a game. Because you remember Lefty's squeaky voice.
Oh, yeah.
And he'd start cranking, and I'd start laughing. Because Lefty knew what he could say, and he knew what he could do, and it was all legal.
Yep.
And I'd just start laughing, he'd start laughing, and, great influence on so many kids in the Valley.
Oh, yeah, no question. And I take a lot of my Leftyisms to my own program, and the kids don't know what I'm doing, or, when I kind of chuckle inside when I do it, and I say, that's being Lefty right there, and they...
That's not a bad thing.
Oh, yeah, that's not a bad thing. It's my own version of Lefty, and it's my own running joke inside me, and so, he was very instrumental in my career, and growing up as a baseball player, and so all those coaches have just been so great to me, and I'm blessed to have people that help me out growing up down here.
Well, the Valley's baseball has always been good.
Oh, yeah.
And on occasion, very good. And I know, going back, you mentioned 88. Try to remember a couple of your teammates.
Craig Lyon, he's a principal.
He looks so much older than you.
Thank you for that. Brian Thompson, Gene Martin.
I see Brian regularly.
Yeah, Mickey McShann, David Garcia, Pedro Carranza. Pedro would be mad if I didn't mention him.
I have also never thrown Pedro out of a game.
We were a very good team that year.
Yes, you were.
We had a pretty good run through there, and it was just it was a good group of people too. We go back and look at that group of players on that team and how successful they've been in life. We've got a couple principals, superintendents, and just a lot of good baseball people and lots of good people.
You look back, and I'm going to be going to a homecoming weekend in Michigan next year.
Right.
And get together with a similar group of guys that I played football with that won a state championship.
Right.
And it's the quality of the people that really comes through in a team like that, like what you just mentioned.
Right.
Quality people.
Yeah. No, that's one of the most important things, and it was just a really special group, and we're still a good group of people. We still talk once in a while. I'm up in San Diego, and we've kind of spread apart, but, once in a while we still reach out and talk to each other. And Dave Middleton was a big part of that. He was a very quiet leader of our team, and a different approach. And I take a lot of things that he's done in my own coaching today, and I think that benefited all of us. And So it was just a really good time at Centro at that time. It was just really kind of a golden era. I know Coach Jones always talked about being kind of a golden era at that time, and just a really, really special time.
And it was the people that you are pointing out, the leaders, the coaches, the teachers, the administration that was able to work with a special group.
Yeah. No, it really was. And Coach Jones, what can you say? You can't say nothing about Coach Jones. Just the leader of the campus and just the biggest advocate of all athletics on our campus. And, he just instilled so many things in Central High School that I hope people never forget what he meant to our campus and to our alumni and everything involved.
Well, Coach Pena, the football coach at Central, is bringing back some of those things.
Right.
What I find interesting is Coach Pena was a Brawley Wildcat. But it instilled in him, he knew what was happening here when he was at Brawley.
Well, I mean, yes, it's good that they've officially come over to the good side. And people, even in San Diego, and they all know that they'll start reporting back to me, and even because I said, I got to know what the bell game score is. And I saw the coach up there, they were playing Christian last week, and I saw the coach, and I just said, win the bell again. And I said, congratulations on winning the bell. I said, just make sure you win it again. And as day number one. And so, so that's good to hear. And I did, I've heard good things about him. And anytime you can continue to build on what Coach Jones did and do something like that, you're going in the right direction.
Okay. We appreciate the visit. Welcome home. And, obviously you came back for family in Carne Asada.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing better than down here.
Thank you for the visit, and we'll be back. John has some stats for us at the half when we come back.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXO El Centro.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again voted best breakfast in the Imperial Valley by our customers. Thank you. Remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro. I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down. Why is that? That automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair. I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder. Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, R&K Air Conditioning has it. From complete temp-star cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, we have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make R&K Air Conditioning your first and only call for your cooling needs. Call 760-353-7570 or find us online at rkair.net. Temp-star, quality you can feel.
John Griffel, you've got some numbers there for us, don't you?
They show exactly what the scoreboard shows. Granite Hills leading 34-0 at half. Rushing the ball 17 times from scrimmage in the first half. The Granite Hills Eagles had 65 total yards, but the story is the quarterback, McCombs, who came in. He's already surpassed 1,000 yards on the season. 9 for 13, 219 yards, giving the Eagles 284 total yards, 11 first downs. And just as important, no fumbles, no interceptions. On the other side, Southwest, 11 rushes for -3 yards. Now, of course, there were some sacks that accumulated accounted for that. 4 for 19 was Ogian in the first half for 72 yards. giving Southwest a positive 69 yards, 4 first downs. Hogan did throw the 1 interception. Individually rushing the football tonight for the Eagles in the first half is Joshua Enders at 5 carries for 7 yards. Benji Alvarez at 5 carries for 7 yards. Joseph Enders at 1 carry for no yards gained. His brother Joshua 4 carries for no yards gained. And Hogan was sacked for the negative 10 yards. So that's what brought down the rushing total to negative 3. The 4 completions spread out between 2 different players. One was Joseph Enders, 2 catches, 42 yards, and the other, Benji Alvarez, 2 catches for 34 yards. We'll be back with the second half after this.
When you're hungry and you want delicious home-style cooking, there are 2 locations in the Imperial Valley that have the best. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Raleigh, open 7 days a week, 5:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., offering delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including ribeye steak, liver and onions, and meat loaf every Tuesday. The original Town Pump in Westmoreland is open 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. They're closed Mondays. Brownie's Diner in Raleigh and the original Town Pump in Westmoreland. Poe and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful from the support that they hear and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
They're excited at German Floor Covering, and now they're offering discounts up to 30% off select styles of products. Kids, life, or pets, German Floor Covering has you covered with a water and stain-proof product ready for anything life throws at you. From now until September 30th, Shop Floor will make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for every lifeguard carpet sold. Visit German Floor Covering today in Imperial to see their Shop Floor gallery. And now, no interest, 30 months financing on approved credit.
You're listening to high school football on AM 1230 KXO Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
Any other numbers, John?
Well, that was pretty much it. We were able to run through both individual and the team stats, got it done. And enthralled by the halftime guest that you had, Carol. Excellent interview. Really appreciate it. James talking about so many memories and people from the past, and highlighting the fact that many of those people still live here in the Valley and are still serving the community in various aspects.
Well, the first half, as you know, was all Granite Hills with a 34-0 score. Hopeville leads Calexico 27-0. That's a third quarter score. Raleigh 43, Kofa 0. Keep in mind last week, Gila Ridge took it to Kofa 79-0. Calapat shutting out O'Farrell 28-0. Santana 21, Vincent 0 as well. And we've got more football, a second half of football coming up tonight from Eagle Field. The Granite Hills faithful across the way, they traveled well. I think most of them over there came down for the carne asada and for the weather. But they definitely appeared to have traveled well for tonight's game. The second half kickoff coming up and more action when we return.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
Hacienda Snack Bar, bringing you catering at its best for your next party or event. They'll do it right. Let them do the work for you, from appetizers to full-course meals, like their tri-tip dinner with their famous cheesy potatoes. Call Hacienda Snack Bar today for your next event at 344-5542. That's 344-5542. Or stop by Hacienda Snack Bar, 941 8th Street in Brawley.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valley. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
What do basketball, choir, drama clubs, and marching bands all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical California high school budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the California Interscholastic Federation and the California State Athletic Directors Association.
John Driffel, your take on the first half?
Well, it was all Justice McComb for the Eagles of Granite Hills. We mentioned the stats that he had. He threw in that first half for 219 yards, and he also rushed for a touchdown of 10 yards. So he showed what we were led to believe. He's the real deal. And I was hoping that you were going to ask James Davis, halftime guest, if he also pitches, because he's got an arm. He threw one football about 65 yards. So I would assume he probably is a pitcher in Jamie's baseball program, as well as being the leader of this football team, and he's only a junior.
The second half coming up, football around the valley. You can, of course, catch up on all the scores. The high school football scoreboard on our website, KXORadio.com. Mickey Dale, George Grijalva have the week off, and their wives are wondering, well, what are these guys doing home on a Friday night? Not used to that. And next week, the KXO broadcast crews will be busy. It'll be Dylan and John in Calexico. Meanwhile, it will be Brawley hosting the Imperial Tigers next week, and that game will be on the web, KXORadio.com. And one of the things that we should point out that you may not be aware of, as soon as our games are over, you can go back and listen again and again and again. They're podcasts on our website. And you can go back and listen to the game as many times as you want. Or, you know, if your son or grandson played in the game, just listen back to the play where he got all the props for the big play. But that's just one of the things. And we know we've got people all over the globe that are listening in, and that's one of the neat things about what we can do with the Internet. Second half kickoff coming up on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California, and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
McNeese Smart is the one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza. Or be the office for your next party with their giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs for only $6. Yes, McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro. Start the day off right by having breakfast at Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again voted best breakfast in the Imperial Valley by our customers. Thank you. Remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
Southwest Eagles will kick off to the Granite Hills Eagles. And
that is Hayward Malachi, who is back to kick off, as Sammy Arredondo has been relieved for this kick.
Left-footed kicker punches it down to the 15, picked up at the 10 on a bounce, out to the 15 to the 20, spun across the 25 out to about the 29-yard line. That's where Granite Hills will put it in play, 1st and 10. Justice McComb will bring his team out.
And I know you've been watching along with us, Carol, that the Eagles have been blitzing almost every down. Let's see if they continue doing that. Let's see what the Eagles of Granite Hills have decided to do. They've been very successful picking up the blitzes and not running into the blitz traps.
Wide right, wide left, single setback, back to pass. McComb fires. It goes incomplete. The pass intended for Dylan Templeman. It'll bring it up to 2nd and 10.
That right there is a change of events. We mentioned in the first half that McComb was 9 for 13, so to misfire in his first pass. Let's see if that bodes well for the Eagles of Southwest.
Double wide on the right side. Now in motion from the slot goes Hodges. Sets up on the left side. Now they shift again, and we have illegal procedure. They had two people moving at the same time. Before that, Hodges was set. Harris picked up and moved. It'll be 2nd and 15.
And the penalties keep coming.
And taking it off the left side, swinging out to about the 34-yard line.
That's McCombs, the quarterback. That was a straight quarterback read. He got the snap and didn't even think about handing off or passing. He ran around the left side of the offense, and the Eagles of Granite Hill are right up on the line of scrimmage, ready to go.
And off right up the middle, and that is Carrion. Carrion picks up about 4 yards.
And because of the 5-yard penalty, that will not be enough for the first down, and we may see a punt here from the Eagles of Granite Hills.
He brings up 4th and about 3. And the Eagles from Granite Hills in the Grossmont School District to show punt. Matthew Keeley awaits the snap. Good snap. He rolls, and then the the Aussie-style kick, and it is fielded a fair catch back at the 20-yard line for the Eagles. Samuel Arredondo makes the fair catch and caught it over his head. I don't know whether he lost it in the lights. I don't think the wind took it. But it'll be 1st and 10.
Nice job of hanging on to the football. Caught it. So the Eagles, obviously, some adjustments on defense, proved fruitful. 3 downs and a punt. Let's see what their offense can do.
And O'Gean with the snap.
Looks like Benji Alvarez
hands off to Alvarez, and Alvarez will lose about 3 yards. Joshua Enders standing next to O'Gean in the shotgun. Back to pass. O'Gean fires into the flat. It is complete. And Benji Alvarez will pick up about 15 yards, which means that's good for a first down all the way out to the 34-yard line.
Southwest Eagles only able to get 4 first downs, pick up one right here in their second play of the second half.
First and 10. Ogie back, dumps it off, and it is thrown behind the intended receiver, Joseph Enders. The wideout went deep and drew double coverage, Armando Zavala, and that left Alvarez with single coverage underneath, but they couldn't connect. Enders, Joseph Enders in motion. Joseph Enders will take the handoff. I'm sorry, Joshua.
Joshua's first carry here in the second half, and it's fruitful. He gained 5 yards.
It'll bring up third. Give him 6, 3rd and 4. Spotted on the 40. O'Gean under a rush. Chased out of the pocket, rolling to his left, dumps it off, and it is incomplete. Threw it downfield for Benji Alvarez in double coverage, and pretty much just threw it away as he was scrambling for his life.
Alvarez was across the first down yardage mark to gain. Enders was back about 5 yards short, calling for the football, but very alertly, Holgen tried to pick up enough for the first down. If it would have thrown it to the up man, Enders, it would not have been enough. He would have been out of bounds. So we'll have 4th down and the first punt of the second half for the Eagles of Southwest.
4th and 4 from their own 40-yard line. The Eagles from Southwest to punt, gets it away. It's a high spinning kick. It'll bounce at the 35 and roll down and be down at the 31. It'll be 1st and 10. Granite Hills on their own 31-yard line.
I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down. Why is that? The automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair.
I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder.
Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
The Granite Hills Eagles come out. They are sitting on a 34-0 lead here with 8:40 to play in the third quarter. Granite Hills with some size across the front. Handoff to the single setback and taking it off the left side and just barely getting back to the line of scrimmage was Jared Cox. So we're seeing a few guys you didn't get to see in the first half, John.
Right, Cox at that time looked like he had a nice hold either to cut back inside or to take it outside, and since he did neither one, it was tackled after a 1-yard gain. Little confusion on the Southwest defense as several players coming in going, I'm not sure who should be on the field, and now they've got it straight. With the Eagles of Granite Hills huddling up one of the few times tonight.
McComb, low snap, but he picks it up and he hands it off to Hodges. Hodges cuts it down the far sideline, cuts it back, and skates across the 50 down to the 45-yard line in Southwest territory. Mikhail Hodges.
He was able to get to the outside, and once he did, he showed his afterburner speed.
Looking off right now is Eddie Velez for the Southwest Eagles. First and 10, Granite Hills. They moved the big tight end from one side to the other. And on the quarterback draw, it is McComb right up the gut, and he'll get 7 yards.
As we saw in the first half, that's a call play. It's not a read option play. He takes the snap and follows his fullback right up the middle, and that's just what he did for a nice pickup.
It'll be 2nd and 3. Granite Hills moving the football. McComb Hands off, and cutting it outside is Martin Carrion. Carrion will pick up the first down. He got 4. He needed 3.
Granite Hills now putting 2 straight first downs together on this drive. Uncharacteristically from the first half, they have not put the ball in the air this drive. Only 1 attempt in the first.
Templeman wide on the right side, double slot on the right side. That's the short side of the field. And Carrion with a big hole. Carrion at the 30, the 20, the 10. He'll coast into the end zone for the score. Martin Carrion rolls in for the score.
Granite Hills Eagles picked up 65 yards in the first half. Right now, they've already surpassed that on these 2 drives, keeping the ball on the ground with only 1 pass attempt in the air.
We'll have the point after attempt. And it'll be Gavin Armstrong, the junior.
He's had a workout tonight. This will be his 6th PAT attempt, and he's already kicked the ball off 7 times. As there's a stoppage of action on the play, we're not sure why. Everyone's standing around looking at each other. Now the refs are looking towards the press box. And again, it's almost like they're looking like, where'd the football go? I do see some action here on the sideline.
Right in front of us. And
not exactly sure what that is or who that is even. It's actually on the track, so I don't imagine it would be a player.
We're going to take a timeout right now before they go to the extra point attempt. 6:29 to play in the third quarter. It is Granite Hills 40 and Southwest nothing.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valley. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
When you're hungry and you want delicious home-style cooking, there are 2 locations in the Imperial Valley that have the best. Brownie Diner, 990 Main Street in Raleigh, open 7 days a week, 5:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., offering delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including ribeye steak, liver and onions, and meatloaf every Tuesday. The original Town Pump in Westmoreland is open 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. They're closed Mondays. Brownie Diner in Raleigh and the original Town Pump in Westmoreland. Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful from the support that they hear and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
At Tyler Insurance, we're proud to have served Imperial Valley's businesses and families since 1921. Now, as part of Gallagher, we're committed to bringing you the same team and exceptional service with expanded offerings in insurance, risk management, and consulting services. Together, we're dedicated to helping your business and your community face their future with confidence. Visit kjg.com/Tyler to learn more about our new partnership with Gallagher.
You are listening to high school football on AM 1230 KXO Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
Play is still stopped. They are attending to an individual behind the southwest bench on the running track area, and we can't determine what the issue is or actually even who they are tending to. But all action has stopped on the field and just total quiet.
It does not appear to be a player. So we're pretty confident. Dylan's got the binoculars out, and they're bringing the little go-go mobile to see if they need to transport someone. Here comes the second So both coaches, by the way, of the opposing teams are at the 25-yard line. So we'll just have to wait and see. Ruben Valenzuela, AD for Southwest, is also right there. And I believe, Carol, that James Davis is also out there.
Yes. Anyway, we have no indication directly as to what the issue is. As soon as we do know, we will let you know. But again, it does not appear that it is a player that is involved. But play has stopped. Both teams are off the field, and a number of people are tending to an individual there on the behind the Southwest bench.
Carol?
We'll be back.
When you crave Mexican food, are you not sure where to go? I'll give you a suggestion. La Fonda Bar and Grill. Yes, the Camacho family is still doing it right with freshly made Mexican food. From enchiladas to special quesadillas, and everything is handmade. And of course, Miss Camacho, she still comes in to make sure everybody's favorite chili rellenos are there. La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro. Open Wednesday through Monday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
They're excited at German Floor Covering, and now they're offering discounts up to 50% off select styles of products. Kids, life, or pets, German Floor Covering has you covered with a water and stain-proof product ready for anything life throws at you. From now until September 30th, Shop Floor will make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for every lifeguard carpet sold. Visit German Floor Covering today in Imperial to see their Shaw Floor Gallery. And now, no interest, 30 months financing on approved credit.
No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, R&K Air Conditioning has it. From complete 10-star cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, we have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make R&K Air Conditioning your first and only call for your cooling needs. Call 760-353-7570 or find us online at rkair.net. Just start. Quality you can feel.
We are totally stopped here, and Gabe, back in the studios, I'm going to ask you if you would. There's no indication how long this might last, but let's go back to the studios, and in about a minute or so, we'll see if we can pick up CBS News on the hour, and at least we'll be informed about what's going on around the world. But, Gabe, if you could...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Give us, like, a weather update, and then maybe we could hit CBS News while everything here is at a standstill.
All right. Very good. We'll take care of that. So just stay right there, and we'll take a look at the Imperial Valley weather. All right. Let's take a look here. Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO, looking at the weather. Yes, we are. Right now, let's take a look. It is tonight looking for a low of 70 degrees, breezy with winds about 15 miles per hour, some wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Saturday, looking for sunny with a high near 92 degrees, breezy, windy conditions. Look for winds about 20 miles per hour, some wind gusts could get up to 30 miles per hour. Saturday night, clear with a low around 66 degrees, breezy winds at about 20 miles per hour. Sunday, looking for sunny with a high near 85 degrees and breezy conditions at about 15 miles per hour. Sunday night, clear with a low around 59 degrees. So currently, in the Imperial Valley, you got 79 degrees. Oh, 79, I'll take that any day. Let me tell you, that's very nice right now. And, of course, straight ahead, we do have Imperial Valley high school football should be coming back very soon. But we will check in with CBS News straight ahead.
The Imperial Valley's best oldies on the radio.
The best music all day.
It's like a trip through time. The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
CBS News Time, 9 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour. Real news, real reporting.
I'm Tom Foti. With a formal impeachment inquiry now underway, 3 congressional committees have issued a subpoena to Secretary of State Pompeo to produce Ukraine-related documents and quickly. And the administration's special envoy for Ukraine, Kurt Volker, resigns after being named in that whistleblower complaint released on Thursday. Christina Ruffini covers the State Department for CBS News.
He's on this list along with the former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine and a bunch of other characters who might have some sort of firsthand knowledge of what exactly was going on in this odd triangle between Rudy Giuliani, possibly the president, and the president of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky, and his aides.
And the Washington Post reports that in that now famous Oval Office meeting with Russian officials back in May of 2017, President Trump said he was not concerned about Russian interference in the U.S. election in 2016 because Washington interfered in other countries' elections. Larry Sabato at the University of Virginia.
Trump has always known the Russians were interfering. He was just delighted about it. And that's really why he said what he said to the Russians in the White House. He's grateful to them. They clearly helped him, and they're one of the reasons why he's president and Hillary Clinton isn't.
There are new concerns tonight about security screening at the president's Florida estate and winter getaway.
A U.S. Army sergeant who was in charge of communications at President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort was convicted of lying to federal agents and sentenced to 3 years of probation after he was caught up in a child pornography investigation.
That is the Miami Herald's Nick Nahimus. Out of Dallas, where there was dramatic testimony from former police officer Amber Geiger. She is charged with murder in the fatal shooting of Botham Jean, an upstairs neighbor. She took the stand in her own defense.
At the moment in time when rubber meets the road, when you pulled that trigger, you intended to kill Mr. Jean.
He was the threat, yes, sir.
She claims she mistook his apartment for hers and thought he was a burglar. A New York State judge has denied the vaping industry's request to delay that state's emergency ban on flavored e-cigarette sales. Another state has just done the same thing.
Federal health investigators are focusing on products containing the marijuana compound THC. 77% of patients have reported using THC. Washington, meanwhile, became the latest state to ban flavored vaping products. 13 people have died so far from vaping-related lung illnesses. 800 people have gotten sick.
CBS News correspondent Laura Podesta. It was a lower finish on Wall Street. The Dow was down 71 points. This is CBS News.
Crime, punishment, redemption.
Even the most demented Hollywood writers would not have dreamed up an ending like this.
48 Hours, Saturdays on CBS.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like online skills tests, which let a candidate show that they're the right hire. We'll also have a dolphin chatter excitedly in front of the perfect candidate. Okay, there's no dolphin. But skills tests, that's a for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Visit Indeed.com/promo today and get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while the choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see you practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
On tonight's Health Watch, going against conventional wisdom.
Don't be stupid. Don't exercise so much. That's the bottom line to a French study that found excessive exercise can tire out your brain to the point where you have trouble making decisions. Researchers studied male endurance athletes. Some were told to continue their normal training, others to increase their training level by 40%. Functional MRIs show the athletes who boosted their training had a slow response in the lateral prefrontal cortex. That resulted in a loss of cognitive control, the ability to process information and control behavior. Jim Sheneby, CBS News.
Those tensions between India and Pakistan about the disputed region of Kashmir were on full display at the UN. Speaking in New York, Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan warned his counterpart, the Prime Minister of India, that war between the nuclear rivals could have consequences for the world. Tom Foti, CBS News.
Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO right here on high school football. It is a Friday night and we got high school football. We're going to go back to Carol Buckley and the team.
And we are at Eagle Stadium. Things still at a standstill. The El Centro Fire Department rescue squad has arrived and been here for a while with their trained EMTs and paramedics, but I believe we're still awaiting for an ambulance that has not arrived. But with the score 40-0 and Granite Hills set to try an extra point, we'll wait and see what's going to happen. The officials and Ruben Valenzuela, the Southwest AD, are conversing along with James Davis, the Granite Hills AD, who was our halftime guest. Meanwhile, Santana leads Vincent Memorial Catholic High School 42-0 in the fourth quarter. It's Calabat 28, O'Farrell 8 in the third quarter. Holtville 40, Calexico nothing. And a final, Brawley defeated Kofa 57-0. And our score here is 40-0 with, we'll see if we have an extra point attempt coming up. The Granite Hills team and the Southwest teams are gathered now along the sidelines. Still, total silence in the stadium, and we're still waiting to see exactly what will transpire. We are aware the person that is being tended to is not a player, and that's as far as we can go with that. We don't want to begin to speculate on any other issue. When we know, we will share it with you. But we've had about a 20-minute so far, almost 25-minute delay, John.
Yes, and there's options now. The Eagles are gathered around between the 45-50-yard line. There's options that the two schools could do. Obviously, with a 40-0 score in the third quarter, you can call the game and, it's completed. It's game finished. The referees are still standing around the football at the PAT mark inside the 5-yard line.
The way they are warming up and loosening up, we're going to continue to play, John.
That's what it looks like. The kicker is warming up for the PAT that we have not had yet, but the referee standing around the football. Obviously, they're still on the field, so we'll just have to wait until there's a conclusion. As you mentioned, Carol, we're certainly not going to speculate, but it also does not appear to be how they say, a life-threatening situation.
John, we don't speculate. We don't even go there. We do not know. And that's where we will leave it. We'll be back.
Flautas y sopes. Delicious, authentic Mexican food. Just $6.49 for a dozen flautas. Combo meals for any appetite. With 3 locations in the valley. 715 Cesar Chavez Boulevard in Calexico. 1531 Ford Drive next to Foods for Less in El Centro. And 1622 South 4th Street next to Soul Market in El Centro. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Calexico and 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in El Centro. Don't forget, you can go online for our menu and call in your order ahead of time. Flautas y sopes. The real deal.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Fort Worth, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again voted best breakfast in the Imperial Valley by our customers. Thank you. Remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro. You are listening to high school football on AM 1260 KXO El Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
Well, at this point, we're still waiting, as they tend to an individual, this individual on the track behind the southwest bench. And we're just kind of waiting to see. Both teams got together.
Entire staff, including coaches, cheerleaders, both sides, Carol. It was great to see.
And I hear a siren. I'm assuming that the ambulance will be here shortly. About 25 minutes after the event, whatever the event is, began. So,
Carol, go ahead and describe that meeting. That in this day and age, when you have all the chest thumping and we've got to crush the other team, that was a remarkable display of sportsmanship by both schools. You can kind of paint the picture. It just first, all of the whole entire football team in Granite Hills looks like they have about 60 kids. But then the cheerleaders, the coaches, and anybody from Granite Hills as representative all came to southwest side. They gathered, circled around the entire southwest team. It appeared that they were being led in prayer. The coaches for Southwest moved in with the group. The cheerleaders from Southwest joined. It just was a really good thing to see these kids respond like that. They're all pulling together. That's exactly what they were doing. It appears that we're still going to have some football left.
The teams are loosening up, and exactly when we might have football, I don't know, but an ambulance has just arrived at Eagle Stadium, and there's quite a group of two rescue squads from El Centro Police, a civilian car, and now an ambulance, and about 14 electric carts with various staff and everything. So we are waiting for this particular situation to be resolved. Again, just getting some scores in again. Hopeville leads Calexico 40-0. That's a fourth quarter score. Brawley defeated Copa 57-0. Santana leading Vincent Memorial 42-0. It's been a while since we've seen a score like that involving Vincent Memorial being on the short side of the score, John.
Yeah, Santana, though, that's a big school. They've got about 5 times the enrollment that Vincent has, and they have a good program this year. Their team is quite successful. And, Carol, I believe that if people stay tuned, that KXO Radio News, local news, will have an update on exactly what transpired here. So if everyone wants to find out at the same time we know, then they will know as well. As the Southwest Eagles are warming up, the Eagles of Granite Hills have been doing so for about the last 5 minutes, and they're being very careful, making sure all the precautions of stabilizing the person that they're going to put in the ambulance. So there's still a few minutes yet here before there'll be some kind of determination on what's going to happen, but both teams look like they want to play football.
I was looking ahead to the schedules, and I found it interesting that coming up next week, Vincent Memorial Catholic High School will be at Sweetwater to take on the Red Devils. So it'll be the Red Devils for Vincent next week, and that should be an interesting matchup. And we should point out, basically next week, that's when league play starts all over the valley in the San Diego section. And Dylan and John will be in Calexico for the Central Spartans. Southwest is going to take Highway 78 and hope it doesn't rain as they go to Blythe to take on Palo Verde. It'll be Calipatria and Kofa next week. We mentioned Vincent at Sweetwater High School. And Imperial and Brawley will tee up that game in Brawley. And it'll be Mickey Dale and George Grijalva bringing you that action. And, of course, when you start talking about IVL, we haven't even started league play. The three teams you are talking about are going to be Central, Brawley, and Imperial. And Imperial and Brawley will put it on the line next week and should have an idea on what's going to transpire with the league. With the way Holtville is jumping on Calexico, Central, as long as they don't go in taking things too lightly, should be able to get a good start on the IVL season.
And Carol, we do have a determination on the game. Yes, the game will be continued when all the things are taken care of here on the sidelines, when the ambulance is off the site. They will continue the game, and they will go ahead and just start running clock from this point forward. You know that running clock is mandatory in the fourth quarter, but if both coaches, both sides agree, then it can start actually any time, even in the first quarter, theoretically. So that part has been determined, so that's why the referees are still standing on the 5-yard line around the football waiting for the PAT, and that's why the players are all warming up around the midfield area, and the Eagles of Granite Hills around the 30-yard line over there. And the personnel has been immobilized. She did raise her arm to, I assume, to signal that she's feeling better, we hope, and we certainly hope there's a rapid recovery.
Well, we'll be back, and hopefully we'll have a point after. We'll get a kick for a point after when we come back.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again voted best breakfast in the Imperial Valley by our customers. Thank you. Remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro. McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with a giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs for only $6. Yes, McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valley. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
So we're going to have a point after attempt after a roughly 40-minute delay, 30 minutes. We'll say a 30-minute delay. And hopefully we'll have a chance to talk to Ruben Valenzuela, the Southwest High School Athletic Director, and at least get a little bit of an idea as to what happened, and again, without trying to speculate, but the ambulance is now leaving Eagle Stadium. Holtville defeated Calexico. That's a final 40-0. And here it is 40-0 with 6:29 to play in the third quarter, and we are about ready to resume play with a point after attempt as soon as they get all the vehicles cleared off the track. So, and that's beginning to happen now. The ambulance is leaving. The fire department, 2 of the rescue squads were here. And they are leaving as well. So we'll be about ready for a point after attempt, and it will be a kick out of by Gavin Armstrong. And as John said, the indications that we got from the field are that when play resumes, it'll be a running clock.
Yeah, they've already started the clock, so it's going already.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. So, it's 41-0 now that we have resumed play. Granite Hills leads, and we'll be back.
I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down.
Why is that?
That automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair.
I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder.
Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
When you're hungry and you want delicious home-style cooking, there are 2 locations in the Imperial Valley that have the best. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Raleigh, open 7 days a week, 5:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., offering delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including ribeye steak, liver and onions, and meatloaf every Tuesday. The original Town Pump in Westmoreland is open 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. They're closed Mondays. Brownie's Diner in Raleigh and the original Town Pump in Westmoreland.
It's high school football. We're live on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California, and on the web at KXOradio.com. The Eagles will kick off. The Eagles will receive. It's a high, short kick, fielded at the 15, out to the 20. Tries to cut and falls down on the return. And that is Samuel Arredondo.
And Carol, the clock is running. It's under 5 minutes now here to go in the third quarter.
So the Eagles from Southwest will put it in play.
Both teams have all their starters back out on the field.
Nathan O'Gee from the shotgun. Joshua Enders stands next to him. Everybody out in the pattern. Looking, firing, topping it off a little screen in the flat, and out to the 25, out spins out to the 28-yard line. And on the catch, Benji Alvarez. No huddle.
That's Alvarez's 4th reception here in the game.
Handoff, it is Joshua Enders. Enders cuts it up front and crosses the 35 to the 36. That's good for a first down. Okay. Second half last week, he did what he just did there. In the first half last week, the first half this week, he was trying to dance. You do better when you just run straight ahead. And O'Gee loses the football as he is spun down.
Yeah, they're going to call it down. They're not going to call it a pass or anything like that. So,
had it been a pass, it would have been...
they're going to move it back up the line of scrimmage, so they're going to say that he threw the football under duress and incompleted pass back to the line of scrimmage.
I would have called it intentional grounding, but nobody asked me. It is 2nd and 10. O'Gee back to pass. Rolls to his right, dumps it off underneath. It is Enders. Joshua gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Joshua Enders, after not playing last week, has made an impact on tonight's game. Unfortunately, that completed pass is going to be for a negative yard.
It'll bring up 3rd and 10. I have a hunch we're about the only game still underway, John. Rolling to his left, firing downfield, deep and incomplete. Pass intended for Joseph Enders, and he couldn't quite get back to it. He had beaten the coverage. It'll bring up 4th and 10.
We're getting near the end of the third quarter as the Eagles of Southwest will be in punt formation with Benji Alvarez back to kick.
The Eagles lead 41-0, or the Eagles trail 41-0. They're both Eagles tonight. Granite Hills and Southwest. Granite Hills is the one with the lead.
And Richard Harris is not back to return this kick. They do have a sub in for him.
Nice kick. Fielded on the fly, muffed, and recovered by the Southwest Eagles.
We may see Richard Harris on the next punt if there is one.
And I believe on that recovery, we'll give credit to Alan Zermano. We might as well give him. It was either him or Sammy Lopez.
Yeah,
I don't think Sammy could get down the field that quick.
I believe Zermano was the one that was right there, and when the ball was muffed, he just picked it up off the ground.
1st and 10, fired underneath. It is Enders, has a block, cuts it upfield across the 30, the 25, down to the 22-yard line. That time it worked. And we've got 20 seconds to play in the third quarter. No huddle. You had 8 guys moving before the ball was snapped. So it'll be 1st and 15. And that's the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3 quarters of play, the score is Granite Hills 41, Southwest nothing.
Flautas y sopes. Delicious, authentic Mexican food. Just $6.49 per dozen flautas. Combo meals for any appetite. With 3 locations in the valley. 715 Cesar Chavez Boulevard in Calexico. 1531 Ford Drive next to Foods for Less in El Centro. And 1622 South 4th Street next to Soul Market in El Centro. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Calexico. And 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in El Centro. Don't forget, you can go online for our menu and call in your order ahead of time. Flautas y sopes. The real deal.
No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, R&K Air Conditioning has it. From complete temp-star cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, we have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make R&K Air Conditioning your first and only call for your cooling needs. Call 760-353-7570 or find us online at rkair.net. Just start. Quality you can feel.
You're listening to high school football on AM 1230 KXO El Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
The Eagles, Southwest Eagles, put it in play 1st and 15. They have it on Granite Hills, 32-yard line. Snap back, O'Dean rolling to his right, looks downfield, fires into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Intended for Enders, Joseph Enders. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 15. That was a dart, John.
Yeah, Holden let it go. He threw it out there for the first time tonight. He wasn't under a lot of duress, had a chance to plant his feet and really let the ball fly.
From the pistol, the handoff to the deep back, and that is Joshua Enders. And looks like he lost the ball, but the Eagles did recover. The purple-clad Southwest Eagles.
Actually, Andrews was able to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage, so that will bring up now 3rd and 15. And we do have quite a few changes on the defense for the Granite Hills Eagles. That's good to see. Some kids getting some playing time here.
3rd and 17. Chased out of the pocket again. O'Gee turns it upfield, tucks it under his arm, and will cross the 15 down to about the 11-yard line. That should be good for a first down.
Yeah, they're going to not stop the clock but move the chains, so the Eagles of Southwest will pick up their 4th first down, doubling the first down output by the Eagles of Granite Hills.
So it is 1st and 10 from the 12. O'Gee dumps it off in the flat. It is completed to Enders. Enders is dragged down as he gets to the 10. Seth Smith brought him down. It's a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Clock is running.
And Southwest right back up on the line of scrimmage, getting the plays called in from the sidelines.
From the pistol. It is a handoff to Enders, and Enders will be lucky to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And he is brought down by Austin McVeigh.
That was Joshua Enders, and he did well to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
It is 3rd and 8 from the 10. O'Gee dumps it in the flat to Joseph Enders. Enders tries to get outside, and he may end up with about a yard or so gain as they mark it on the 8th. And that'll bring up 4th and about 7. And when you're trailing 41-0, you go for it.
Southwest Eagles with wideouts to both sides of the field, double wideouts right and left.
Single setback, that would be Joshua Enders, his brother Joseph in the slot on the short side of the field. O'Gee looking downfield, dumps it off in the flat. It is complete and gets it into the end zone. Armando Zavala with the touchdown. First time they've thrown to him tonight. He might become my new favorite target.
And Zavala with the big catch puts the Eagles on the board. The Eagles of Southwest also picked up a first down on that. And you could see with the defensive changes by Granite Hills, not quite the pressure. And O'Gee's showing what he can do when he has a chance and some time.
Okay, they now have the correct team out there for the point after attempt. Snap back. Kick is up. Kick is good. So with the clock still running, it is Granite Hills 41 and Southwest 7.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver, as your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life. I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Spartanburg, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
The Southwest Eagles will kick off. And the Granite Hills Eagles ready to receive, and it is caught in the air at the 12-yard line at the 15 to the 20, and looking for some running room, and there is none there. Kevin Martin goes down.
Yeah, Kevin Martin is one of the two running backs that they employ, kind of like a tandem where it doesn't matter who's starting, they both running backs get about the same amount of plays or time. Clock continues to move. The Eagles of Granite Hills have come out to take over, only their second kickoff return of the evening.
Yeah, let's see. McComb still at quarterback. McComb hands off deep in the backfield to Jared Cox, and Cox will go down after losing about 7 yards. Jared, go forward. You don't want to go backwards.
Cox was trying to make something good out of a bad play. That'll bring up second and long, and I don't think the Eagles of Granite Hills are much concerned. They just want to get on the bus now and head back home.
It is 2nd and 15. Cox with the football. This time he's got a wall in front of him, and he goes right behind it and picks up about 8 yards out to the 30. Scoring updates: Holtville defeated Calexico 40-0. Calipatria defeated O'Farrell Charter 28-0. Raleigh beat up on Copa 57-0. And Santana leading Vincent Memorial 42-0.
Not really too many surprises from any of those scores.
Palo Verde played last night, and I don't recall what that score was. The handoff, same play to the other side, and this time the ball carrier, Austin McVeigh, and he'll get maybe a yard, and that brings up a 4th and about 5.
Granite Hills not taking any attempt to hurry up or to take some quick snaps. They're going ahead and trying to run the play clock down as far as they can before they kick. As we mentioned, the outcome's already been determined.
41-7 Granite Hill leads. Bad snap, gets it away, bounces on the 50 and takes a southwest roll all the way down to the 38-yard line. And that is where the Granite Hills Eagles will put it in play first, or the Southwest Eagles put it in play first and 10.
Hacienda Snack Bar, bringing you catering at its best for your next party or event. They'll do it right. Let them do the work for you. From appetizers to full-course meals, like their tri-tip dinner with their famous cheesy potatoes. Call Hacienda Snack Bar today for your next event at 344-5542. That's 344-5542. Or stop by Hacienda Snack Bar, 941 K Street in Brawley.
When you ask, ye shall receive. Palo Verde defeated Hamilton 56-6. That game last night in Palo Verde. Santana defeated Vincent Memorial 42-0. That is a final score. So everything's final except us. Trips on the right side, the wide side, rolling to the right side. It is Olguin. He dumps it off, and it goes incomplete. Kind of tossed it between two receivers, Alvarez and Enders, but he was in the grasp. Not much else he could do.
Olguin 7 for 12 here in the second half. We mentioned the fact that the starting defensive line of the Granite Hills Eagles is on the bench. He's had a little bit more time to search out and hit receivers and is being very successful.
Olguin in the pocket, chased out of the pocket, gets hit and dropped. He'll be sacked. And giving credit on that sack, Michael Schellenberger. Cheers to the senior.
First time we've called his name tonight.
Clock is running. We're down to about a minute to play in this game. And the touchdown maker is back onto the field tonight
for the Eagles of Southwest, and that would be Armando Zavala.
He's wide on the left side. That would be the wide side. O'Gean steps up in the pocket. Now he'll tuck it under his arm. He crosses the 40, crosses the 50, and slides down. As Seth Smith had him lined up in his sights.
That will certainly help his average per carry, put him in the positive side, as I believe the clock, we have a timeout by the Eagles of Southwest, which will stop the clock.
Now,
so we have another play to
have
go.
Time for one play, and they want to get it in. Can't say I blame them.
I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down. Why is that? The automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair.
I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder.
Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
When you're hungry and you want delicious home-style cooking, there are 2 locations in the Imperial Valley that have the best. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Raleigh, open 7 days a week, 5:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., offering delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including ribeye steak, liver and onions, and meatloaf every Tuesday. The original Town Pump in Westmoreland is open 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. They're closed Mondays. Brownie's Diner in Raleigh and the original Town Pump in Westmoreland.
We've got about 26 seconds to play in this game, and it is a running clock. It actually stopped for the timeout. This should be the final play of the game. O'Gean drops back, looks, fires it deep down into the end zone. It'll go incomplete, and that will be the game. As the clock continues to run, it will run out. Our final score will be...
Carol, we may have another play because
Centro
Southwest did call timeout, I believe, but let's see if the officials were able to recognize it in time. There's a little confusion, so we better wait and see. As now both teams line up on the 50-yard line, so we're going to go ahead and that will be the end of the game.
And the game ends. The final score, it is Granite Hills 41, Southwest Eagles 7.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful from the support that they hear and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
At Tyler Insurance, we're proud to have served Imperial Valley's businesses and families since 1921. Now as part of Gallagher, we're committed to bringing you the same team and exceptional service with expanded offerings in insurance, risk management, and consulting services. Together, we're dedicated to helping your business and your community face their future with confidence. Visit ajg.com/Tyler to learn more about our new partnership with Gallagher.
High school football on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California. The Southwest Eagles ran into a different kind of eagle, this one from Granite Hills High School in the Grossmont district. And Granite Hills came out with a 41-7 win. The game, for the most part, all night long, was Granite Hills, and the Eagles of Southwest able to put something together late in the game, and just not near enough and much too late. John Driffel is working on the numbers, and we'll have more on our recap when we come back.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valleys. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
They're excited at Dermis Floor Covering, and now they're offering discounts up to 30% off select styles of products. Kids, life, or pets, Dermis Floor Covering has you covered with a water and stain-proof product, ready for anything life throws at you. From now until September 30th, Shop Floor will make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for every lifeguard carpet sold. Visit Dermis Floor Covering today in Imperial to see their Shop Floor gallery. And now, no interest, 30 months financing on approved credit.
Okay, John Triffle, what kind of numbers have we got?
Well, the most important number, of course, is the scoreboard, where Granite Hills comes away with a 41-7 victory. Tale of two halves. Obviously, with the running clock in the second half, no need for the Eagles of Granite Hills to do anything different. They ended up with only 2 first downs in the second half, but they had 11 at halftime. So after the situation occurred on the sidelines, we have a conclusion to the game, and Granite Hills ran the ball 27 times from scrimmage for 152 yards. 9 for 14 was their all-star quarterback, Justice McComb. Only 0 for 1 in the second half. So obviously 9 for 13 in the first half, 9 for 14 overall, 219 yards, giving Granite Hills 371 total yards, 13 first downs that we mentioned, and there was one fumble, and that was recovered by the Southwest Eagles, Alan Zaramato. On the other side of the football, the Eagles of Southwest ran it 19 times from scrimmage for 42 yards. Holguin ended up 11 for 32 for 118 yards, giving Southwest 160 total yards, 10 first downs. They did have the one interception in the first half. Individually, the rushers were spread out among 4 different ball carriers. Benji Alvarez had 6 carries for 4 yards. Joseph Enders had 1 carry, tackled at the line of scrimmage for no yards. Dave Holguin had 4 carries for 26 yards. And Joshua Enders, 8 carries for 12 yards. The 11 completed passes were spread out among 4 different receivers. Leading the way was Joseph Enders, 4 catches, 57 yards. Benji Alvarez also had 4 catches for 52 yards. Joshua Enders ended up with 2 catches for a total of 1 yard. And with the one big reception of the evening, turned in by Armando Zavala, an 8-yard touchdown catch. So all in all, Southwest will lick the wounds as their 2-game winning streak is brought to an end. You would expect the team from Division 2, who flirted with Division 1, to be a little bit more powerful than a team from Division 3, and that was the case here tonight.
Well, John Triffle, the Eagles of Southwest just not able to take on Granite Hills tonight. The final scores again is around the valley last night. It was Palo Verde 56, Hamilton 6. Tonight, Santana defeated Vincent Memorial 42-0. Calapat over O'Farrell Charter 28-8. Holtville shut out Calexico 40-0. And Brawley defeated Kofa 57-0. Next week, it'll be John Triffle along with Dylan Nichols. They will be in Calexico for the opening IVL football game for the Spartans and the Bulldogs. And they will be on the air next Friday night at 6:45 on AM 1230 and on the web at KXORadio.com. I wish we could give you some information about the medical incident on the sidelines. I can tell you that we really do not know much about it. The person that was involved apparently at least gave the thumbs up sign as they were wheeled in the gurney to the ambulance for transport to the hospital. But again, we do know it was not a player. The incident, some sort of a medical emergency, was behind the Southwest Eagles bench, and that delayed our game for about 40 minutes while this individual was given medical attention. Again, next week, it's John and Dylan in Calexico. We want to thank Kurt Hoffman for technical support, Gabe Lemus, our producer-engineer, and Dylan Nichols, John Driffel, and myself, Carol Buckley. Have a very good evening.
The Imperial Valley's best oldies on the radio.